What up, fam? Hit that like, hit that subscribe. Heartbreak talk tonight. Let's go. That's my baby. That's my baby.
We're going at it at 110%.
I just want 5 minutes of happiness, please. Just give me 5 minutes.
And they scored. They did it.
Left.
What the hell was that?
Oh, yeah.
What the fuck are you talking about?
Mannery here. You're listening to A2D Radio, real sports talk radio for the fans, by the fans, no agenda. These guys are the best in the business. Hashtag it. No notes.
Are you ready for some heartbreak? What's up, family? This is A2D Wednesday night, only on A2D Radio. Every Wednesday, we are brought to you by the Counseling Center and Sunrise Detox. We know many of us and our families deal with mental health and addiction issues, and we're happy to support the Counseling Center and Sunrise Detox. If you need help, please call 856-651-8117. Tom Arnone, Ryan Brodo, Ralph Del Vecchio, Frank Vespi, Noe Eaton, Money Pop Podcast, Nate Moss, the family out there join us. Welcome in, welcome in, welcome in. We'll talk Phillies collapses later on in the show and what we should do with that organization and this roster. And a little tease is grenades. Blow it up. That's a tease. Okay, we'll talk about that later on the show. We'll get into a little bit of Eagles talk at the end. It's been a while. We didn't want to do it yet. We weren't expecting to. We're actually expecting to open up.
We were coming off such an exciting season.
We were expecting to be playing tonight and doing live reactions, and we see how that aged. So a lot of heartbreak. Like I said, we'll do Bucks Hawks live reactions as well and enjoy some more heartbreak and watch the Bucks smoke them. Okay, smoke them. We got to watch this now when we match up great against the Bucks. This is a mess. And our main topic at hand is going to be our combined top 10 heartbreaking Philly losses. And it's crazy because it's easy. It's easy to come 10. You go 10 easy. It's easy peasy. And that's the city we live in, the sports teams that we love and we cover here at A2D Radio. It's that. And that's going to tie into our poll question, brought to you by bodycheckwellness.com. And you can use promo code A2D and get yourself 20% off at checkout. Go check them out. Love their products. I take the clarity and focus myself. I'm locked in. You got tons of stuff, extracts, blends, gummies, topicals. Go check them out. Use promo code A2D for 20% off at bodycheckwellness.com. Our poll question for tonight's show: the Philadelphia 76ers second round exit was the most heartbreaking Philly loss you've ever seen. Agree or disagree? Let us know. Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Twitch. That's where we're live. Everywhere you get your podcasts, we're there as well. Like, subscribe, follow, download, join the conversation, get it off your chest. And I know people are going to have a lot of different ones. And I get that. And rightfully so, because there's tons of heartbreak in this city. And you can go just the Kawhi bounce, right? Heartbreak. You can go to Eagles in 4 NFC title games. Heartbreak. You can go Phillies, like we're going to talk about. There's tons. There's tons on the table. It's like a buffet. It's like a buffet of heartbreak. It's amazing. Buffet of heartbreak. And guess what? Through all of it, I'm going to sit here and flat out agree to this poll question. Because you have to factor there's a lot of things to unpack. There's a lot of things to unpack. When you talked about the Kawhi bounce taking you into this one and talking about home court, and we need a game 7 in our place, and everything that played into that. You're talking about against an inferior team. You blew a 16-point lead and a 26-point lead or whatever it was, too many point leads in 2 back-to-back games, and one being at home when it was over, and that game will haunt me. That game 5 is going to haunt me for a while. A long time. And you set up your whole regular goddamn season to be the 1 seed. Everything you played for was for a game 7 at home. Not only do you blow that, you blew other big leads in this series against a team that you're better than, that everybody had you picked to beat when you talk about the Eagles, some of the Eagles losses, 2 of them I'll give you that we're a better team. But there's other ones like the Super Bowl. New England's a better football team than we are then. You know what I mean? Like, say whatever we can say and do or want. They were better. We knew it. We knew it. This one wasn't the case. We're the better team. We have the better overall player. And because of one guy, we're not moving on. So the heartbreak's deeper than just the goddamn loss in the series. The heartbreak is a guy that everybody tried to rally around. Everybody in this city rallied around this guy. He shot free throws. We gave standing ovations. Everything this fucking guy did, we rallied around. And through all that, the disappointment in this series in the fourth quarter alone, in 5 games alone, is a flat-out disgrace. Disgrace. So you got to, when you start unpacking things, because this is the worst performance in big moments in Philadelphia sports history. History. And ain't nobody can tell me differently. So when you unpack it all, the heartbreak's deeper than just the loss. The heartbreak is the direction and what we believed in and what we all thought that this team could be a title contender. They ain't nowhere near a title contender with this guy being who he is and saying it is what it is. So when you unravel, she's sleeping with 20 dudes behind your back when you start unraveling. That's what this is. That's what this is. This is heartbreak deeper than a loss. We're the better damn team, and we blew a series to a team that stinks. And I'll say it again, stinks. Stinks. And their star player's a loser. Not even good enough. So stop. They're going to get freaking smoked by Milwaukee. All right, because we played down the competition. We walked and talked like we were the big boy, and we got smacked in the fucking mouth, rightfully so. And I'm pissed. And this heartbreak ain't over until they cut a net down. It ain't over until they cut a net down. Next year's regular season means nothing. Means nothing. Nothing. Because Ben Simmons is a regular season player. He's a regular season player. That's what he is. So, of course, we're going to be a top 3 seed because he's a regular seasoner. And we'll all get, it'll be fine by the playoffs. It'll be fine. Tommy figured it out. And we'll get the same thing again. Because you're either a killer or you get killed. That's how it works in the NBA. And if it's your first time watching, one star don't damn win shit. So Joel Embiid's trying to do it himself, and people are going to blame him. This heartbreak's deep. This heartbreak's deep. 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 It's worse than any loss in any situation I've ever been a part of in this city. Because his expectations were huge because of how it matched up. How everything lined up. It was like the stars lined right up. Look at it. Look, we get Washington. Oh, we get Atlanta. Here we go. Eastern Conference Finals. You can put a bow on it. And this is what happens. And you find out one of your max guys is still soft in the postseason. And you find out the other one, soft ain't even a word. And Ben Simmons. So you got Robin, whoever Robin is, he's soft. Right? He's soft. He ain't helping you with shit. So you're getting taken out. Right? And then the other guy is softer than baby shit. And I got shit all over my hand today from a baby. And that shit's soft. That shit's soft as hell. And we're dealing with this in this city. This is what we're dealing with. This is a joke. A joke. And we all sat here. This is why it's so bad, guys. Because we all sat here and said, we can do it. He can do it. Maybe this is the year. Right? Ralphie knows. Ralphie smile. Because everybody said, oh, my God. Maybe we can do it. This is going to be the year, guys. Freaking lies. YouTube lies. Summer League lies. Everything lies. So when you talk about all of it, when you sit here and talk about all of it and what you need to win in the NBA and what you need to win, when you talk about all of it, we ain't winning shit with one dude. This dude had to be great. You needed him and Embiid to be great together. So when you talk about all of it, this is worse than throw up. This is worse than anything. You kidding me? I'd rather see something. I'd maybe throw up. I would like, because I'm throwing up watching you. Maybe I need to throw up from you right on the middle, right on half court. I'm sick. And I want everybody else go on theirs, but I had to get this out. I had to get it.
Russ, are you finished? Are you done?
Am I done? I'm just getting
Yo,
started.
drink a case of these and you'll throw up.
You finished yet?
And real quick, before you guys go, here it is. This is the last thing. It's the last thing. Well, David Fortune on, and I think he and myself, and I believe a lot of other people feel the same way. So here's we'll give you a little snippet, and then everybody get whatever ones you want off your chest. But I'm going to be attacking yours because of this one. It's going to be attack mode because we got a loser here. A loser.
As Ben Simmons, you fucking crumb bum. As Ben Simmons, you fucking crumb bum. Get Ben Simmons the fuck out of my city. I don't want to see him. Get him the fuck out of here. You fucking bum. 5 points. Kevin Huerter outscored you. Who the fuck is Kevin Huerter? Yo, man, listen. If Ben Simmons on his team next year, it's gonna be a fucking problem. Fuck this motherfucker. Fuck this motherfucker, Ben Simmons. Fuck Ben Simmons. Fuck this motherfucker, man. Fuck out of here. Somebody burn that shit. Somebody burn that shit. Burn that shit.
It's a lot of emotion there.
And rightfully so. And that emotion should still be there for everybody. It should be in your bellies. It should be in your bellies. Because the only way you say it's not the biggest heartbreak is if you believe they're going to win a championship with this group. That's the only way that you say it's not, because the heartbreak's deeper than just this exit. The heartbreak means, oh, fuck, he stinks. Time's yours, guys.
I mean, I remember saying that the Bucks were a good play to win it all. So
Yeah, you can jerk yourself off on the tape.
Yeah, I will. Right, all on. That's why I was listening to you singing, Tom. I was listening to you singing, man, because.
Well, he may be jerking himself all the way to the bank.
But we've been talking about this for weeks. He ain't it. He's not it. Right? He is not it. Aggressive Ben, fucking all-star Ben, defensive player Ben, all these other Kim Kardashian Ben, Benjamin fucking Button Ben. Like, you know what I mean? Like, what are we like? Oh my God, it's been like he's not it. He's not it. I said it before and I'll say it again. Ben Simmons and Embiid on this same team will not win a championship. He just ain't it. They need more. And everybody wants to trade him. Trade him for what? They're not going to trade him. His stock is so low right now. It's insane. And I feel the hurt that everybody felt, and I said it in the chat group. It just didn't shock me. It really didn't. It shocked me from the beginning because we felt that they were going to win. We felt that this team, like you said, the stars aligned. They had Washington, Atlanta, all inferior teams. But Game 7 in Philly, it just I was not shocked at what I saw because I already knew it. Use your eyes, folks. Use your eyes, people. What has changed about Ben Simmons over the last 4 years?
Not a goddamn thing.
Nothing.
No,
so
you're both,
why are we shocked?
wrong.
He still can't shoot. He still can't compete.
Yo, you're all both wrong. There is something that changed. He's got worse. That's what changed. So you want to know what changed? He got worse.
I'll give you that. I can't.
Yeah, regression's a bitch, ain't
it? He's definitely got worse, and it's just, I can't wait to get Dave on here, man, because he was down there. He was in the thick of it, in the eye of the storm, as they say, and getting a sense. I didn't talk to anybody who was at the game, so I don't know what the sense of what that feeling was, right? I remember being down at the game for Tampa. That was such a heartbreak, right? And just to come down to the poll question, to me, that was the biggest heartbreak, right? Because think about how that game started, right? We knew Tampa was coming in. We knew it was going to be cold. We knew Tampa couldn't play in cold weather. And what in the first series, what does Deuce do? He rips off, a 60, 70-yard run for a touchdown, I think. When he did that, we thought we were going to the goddamn Super Bowl. There's no way you didn't think that we weren't gonna win that game. Once he ran that off, we was like, oh shit, here we go. Let's fucking go. And that, to me, that was the biggest heartbreak to me.
But
the Kawhi bounce was tough because it was slow, right? It was slow, and you could hear a pin drop. Like the Kawhi bounce, I forgot about the Kawhi bounce, how slow it was, and just that that breath getting taken out of your lungs when you watch. It's like, but just to watch how the Eagles lost that game against Tampa, for me, that was tough, man. That was tough.
Yeah,
You know
but it's also one game, and they won a Super Bowl, so it sort of relieves them.
Right,
It almost relieves them of their duties. Like, all your mistakes are now forgiven because we've seen you win one, right? So you know what I mean. After the fact, the Sixers we have not seen. None of us has witnessed like a parade for Sixers. So that's why this heartbreak, even like it just digs a little deeper because you want to witness it for your.
The
team.
window's open. The window was open right now, like you said. The stars aligned. That had. You know what I mean? The big game was going to be the Bucks game, right? It was going to be this game coming up, you know? So I feel you, man. I really do. I feel you. I feel you on that. It's tough, man. It's tough. But like I said, man, I wasn't shocked at all. I really wasn't. I wasn't shocked at all because I knew I knew what he is. I know what he is. And, you know, he's not going to play for the Australian team. They said he's going to go to work. Maury came out and said that, you know, this is a good group. Exactly, right. And I think there's already memes or shots of him going around of him playing, 2K or, or whatever, or Call of Duty already. So I don't know, man. I don't know. I think he's on this team next year because his stock's too low. I don't think you're going to get the right return for him. So we'll see. And Doc kind of, Doc put it to him. Like, I don't know if he's a championship caliber point guard. That's a pretty big statement, I think, from Doc. So we shall see.
He went out on a limb.
Yeah, and then Doc was no better too, right? Doc has a history of being a crumb, right? As we can use that word, being a crumb in big game moments, game after game after game, where Doc has folded in big moments, right? So he don't get, because Game 5 kind of was on him, right? He left Ben in there for a long time that game. 4 for 14. Can't do that, man. Got to adjust faster.
At the time.
And then Game 1 too, right? They lost Game 1 right out the gate. Can't do that. Can't lose Game 1, right? Come on, man.
Goes into the player. So family out there,
hey, boy.
agree or disagree? The Sixers second round exit was the most heartbreaking Philly loss you've ever seen. Let us know. Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Twitch. That's where we're live. Everywhere you get your podcasts, we're there as well. Like, subscribe, follow, join the conversation tonight. Let us know which one is.
Hey, fellas.
No,
this dog right here sitting next to me can do better than 25 of 73 from the line, all right?
I was worried where you were going with that.
I would love to
sign him.
Just saying.
Agree.
I'm just saying.
I've gone time on this for probably once ever. I agree.
That's twice. Agreed, though.
That's twice?
Yeah, just keep track at home.
Just keep counting.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Ben Simmons is a complete mutt. Period. Not to Tommy's point, not only has he gotten worse, he clearly shows that he doesn't care about winning. The only thing he gives a damn about is personal accolades. That's it.
This is why I'm agreeing to the poll. Because look, I knew this was going to go on. I knew this was going to happen. And when you're talking, it's deep. It's deep. No, it's a lot of cuts.
I mean, for me personally, it's not the most heartbreaking loss. And
you saw it.
I mean, for me, it's not the most heartbreaking loss in Philadelphia sports history.
Don't be a fraud about it. Because you believed, you tried to lie to yourself about what you saw. He is what he is, man. He's fucking Ben Simmons, man. Get over it. Let's go. Ralph, you agree with me? Come on, Ralph. You know you agree with me.
To the poll question, I'm going to go disagree. I mean, obviously, I'm not a Sixers fan, so it's not really big of a heartbreak for me. I just sat back on Sunday, relaxed, had a good family dinner with the family, watched the collapse happen at 8:00. But hey, I think the biggest heartbreak. I'll stay on the subject with the Sixers is the Kawhi shot. I think that's the biggest heartbreak, just because of how everything happened. Right, you tied it up. You tied it up with Jimmy Butler's bucket with 8 seconds left. Obviously, they took the timeout. Kawhi comes out, and it's 7 bounces, right? I still think to today, if you guys go into overtime Toronto, you're in the Eastern Conference Finals. That's just how I feel. I think you guys win that game if it goes into overtime. But obviously, we don't know, and, history is there that, he made the 7 bounces, and he goes on to win the championship. So to me, I don't think, Sunday's loss is a big heartbreak. I just think what happened with Ben Simmons just broke the camel's back for everybody in the city of Philadelphia.
Which makes
that
it all,
I agree with.
What makes it all heartbreaking?
How's that a heartbreak, though?
Because it's deeper, Ralph. It's a guy that
but you didn't lose. You didn't lose on a 7-bounce shot in Game 7.
We lost even worse. We blew a 26-point lead. We blew a
but that was Game 5. That's Game 5.
We lost 3 games at home.
I understand that, but this is Game 7, though. You're not losing on an 8-bounce shot in Game 7.
Yeah, we didn't even show up for that. That's the point. We didn't even show up to getting the opportunity to lose by a 7-bounce game winner. We didn't show up.
Yeah, the point is we played down the competition, and we found out that one of our supposed stars, when the moment's brightest and there's 100% capacity, flat out really stinks. So that's what we learned. No,
I do agree with Nate's point where I just don't know what team is willing to take on Ben. Right? If there is a team out there that says, "Hey, I can fix him," yeah. But there has to be a team that believes that they can fix the guy and gives you that great package. Right now, I don't know what value Ben Simmons is for trade. I just don't know.
But is it fixing him or just using him? Like I personally, he would be great in Golden State, right? Because he's surrounded by great shooters. He doesn't need to shoot, in Golden State, right? But what do you get for him from Golden State is the question, right? You're not going to get anything that you're going to need, right? They got the 3 players locked up. They're not giving up Clay, right? Clay wants to stay there anyway.
Right.
They got I forget his name. I think is it Wiseman, the center?
Yeah, James Wiseman.
Yeah, like we don't need. I mean, we could, but I mean, all the players here, all the veteran players here, seem like they want to come back. The White wants to come back. I think I read earlier today, Danny Green's talking about that. He would love to come back. So, I mean, I don't know what are we going to get from him outside of draft picks? And I don't, you counting on another rookie to kind of show up. I know they got a high pick. I think it was 6th or 7th that came out. If I'm not mistaken, but
7 and 14.
Is it 7?
Yeah, they had 2 lotteries. Yep.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't. That's the only team that I can think. I mean, and people talking about Dame.
Full circle, huh?
Give me the 2. Give me 7 and 14 and Wiggins, and I'll take Wiggins off your hands.
I'll take Wiggins. I would take Wiggins.
I like Wiggins.
And Wiggins stinks, but I'll take 7. I'll go 7 and 14, and just hope to God I hit on one of them too. And if I hit on both of them, then I'm even better.
Team with Wiggins, thinking about it, he's a walking 20, almost.
When he wants to be. When he wants to be,
15 to 20. You know what I mean? That's close. I wouldn't mind Wiggins. And 7 and 14. That's not bad, Tom. I like that. That's not bad at all.
Yeah, I don't love it, but I'm like, because I don't know what 7 and 14 are, right? So I don't love it. Yeah. But I hope it's guard play. Like it's guard play who create their own shots for Joel. You gotta do this. We'll get into all this more too as we continue to talk about it. But it's all tying into our poll. And no, I know you were saying something. I don't know if you agree. What was your biggest heartbreak?
I mean, for me personally, it was the 0-2 NFC Championship game. It was January 19th, 2003. I'll never forget it. The loss to the Bucks, the final Eagle game at the Vet. All right, but that was personal to me. I mean, I was there. I was at the game, and you could hear you could hear a pin drop when Barber picked off that pass and raced back 95 yards. I mean, that was utterly for me, that was the most disappointing sports moment of my life. But
was that the third or fourth one? NFC.
I'm sorry.
Was that the first one?
I think it was the second one.
It was the year after the loss to the Rams.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah.
Mhm.
Yep. It all runs together for me. It's all like a
I
fuck.
know, right? All the losses.
And
joined
it
together.
just it was so damning. It was a 28-degree day. It's
Right.
cold as shit.
Yep.
I remember.
I mean,
man.
obviously that doesn't guarantee anything, but they're coming into our house and fucking we let Chucky beat us. And I mean,
We
Joe
thought it guaranteed
fucking Juravicious is all I gotta say.
But Noah, was the Ja Rule concert during halftime great?
Oh Christ!
Oh man, I remember that, man. That's bringing up bad
fuck.
feelings, man.
Hey, fuck Ja Rule. Right.
Fuck that rule. I saw him on a commercial
Fucking clown.
doing fucking Indian food commercial. It was fucking pitiful. I was like, man, the pandemic must be tough.
Can you say that again, Noah, but slower and louder? One more time. Just say it, please.
Fuck Ja Rule.
Thank you.
No problem.
All right, guys. What's your opinion of the poll? Agree or
Go
disagree?
ahead, Frank. Go ahead.
You know what? I agree to the poll. I mean, more particularly, this series was an entire heartbreak, but more specifically, a game that we did live on the air where we blew a 26-point lead. And, when you expect a guy like Richard Simmons, I'm not going to call him Ben Simmons. He's Richard Simmons to me now because, he failed to step up. And at least Richard Simmons can score, But for me, this was heartbreak.
What?
Yeah.
Noah, just let him go. Don't ask
Let me go.
questions.
Yeah,
Let him go with his take. Don't
right.
let him lose his flow.
But
'Cause I don't want to know what he meant, to be honest. I
when
don't wanna know
when Richard Simmons failed to step up in the spotlight,
Call him Richard. Was that on purpose?
yes,
Okay.
on purpose. I'm calling him Richard on purpose because
Yeah,
he's not
Richard
Ben. He's
Simmons
not Ben
scoring.
Simmons. He's not Jonathan Simmons. He's Richard Simmons.
I like it. Well done.
So when Richard Simmons fails to step up and in the most important playoff series in recent memory for the Sixers, and you are piss poor from the line, and you make questionable decision making, including a wide open layup to Matisse Thybulle in Game 7. It's like, what are you doing, man? And I know the first Facebook status I said after that loss was I liked Richard Simmons, but that game broke the last straw for me, and
Broke the camel.
hurt the camel. That was it for me. So,
Hey, Frank.
yes.
Frank, let me ask you something. To your point,
Ask away.
does we'll call him Richard Simmons.
Yes.
Just to indulge you here. Did he show any leadership ability to you? Any leadership qualities?
I mean, with
Did
real
he
life
show
Richard
any
Simmons,
1-2? Did he show any?
did
I'm going to
nothing.
grab
Nothing.
this game
He showed
by
no
the
heart. He was
fucking
lazy.
balls and take it. Did he show any of that?
He showed
The answer's
none of
no.
it.
No.
None of it.
Because
what I
when you go 4 of 14 from the line, when you show no balls, when you won't take a 10-foot jumper, you know what that shows me? That you don't give a damn.
Mm-hmm.
No, are you outside right now? Like are neighbors running right now? To see if
I
you're
woke
okay?
up I woke up the whole neighborhood, and that's A-okay.
Who's sleeping at
I was
8:30?
going to say, where are you? 8:37.
Yeah, where are you? You got different time zone?
Oh, I mean, I got to go to work at 4 a.m, so I should be asleep now, but fuck it.
And you know what?
Fuck
You
Ja
know,
Rule.
while we're at it, just from the, I'm just gonna say from the looks of things, okay? Just from the, it's just perception, okay? A little perception I'm seeing here.
Yeah.
Hold on a second. Did this go? Did the Manscaped disappear in here? Yeah, it's not in here. Oh, maybe
not in
down
here.
further. Oh,
It's down further.
there we go. Because I'm just looking down at you. I see what you got going on, and I think you could use the lawnmower 4.0. I think it'd be great for you. I got mine from Manscaped, and I think you could, trim some things up and clean yourself up a little bit. And everybody out there, you can get 20% off and free shipping with code ATD at manscaped.com. Unlock your confidence and always use the right tools for the job with Manscaped. Listen, we're a proud partner now with Manscaped. It's great to have them on board with A2D Radio. So thank you guys out there for all using the promo code and continue to use it and continue to get their great line of products. The ball deodorant. Oh, my goodness. I already told you guys. You know what I mean? It's like putting Parmesan on the pizza. You know what I mean? Like a little.
What?
I don't know what that means. 20% off. At manscaped.com. Everything's down there. You can find it all right there, family.
Yeah, should I just put Parmesan on my nuts and throw them in the microwave?
Toaster's better, baby.
Where'd the microwave come from? Where'd the microwave part come from?
That sounds painful.
I love the steak, though, on the knots. Love it.
Yeah, I don't know if the Parmesan cheese. I don't know what that meant, but it just felt right in the movie. You guys know me. There's no script. No script. Just how I'm feeling. How I'm feeling. I couldn't find it. Would have been a better transition. But yeah, either way, it works.
Look, fellas, I can obviously see where many of you would say Game 7 is the biggest heartbreak, but
bigger than Game 7. Shut up. It's bigger than Game 7.
It's bigger than Game 7.
Now you can go again. It's bigger than Game 7. Go again. I'm hurt. Go again.
Yeah, I think I'm going to send a beer your way, Tommy.
Send 2.
One for the road.
Yeah, I'll send you a case.
Appreciate you.
I'm going to say disagree. It's number 2 for me. Ralph, I'll get to you in a second, and I understand you're not a Sixers fan, but I don't get how you could possibly say, even as a non-Sixers fan, that this isn't heartbreaking, but I'll get to that in a second. To me, there's one thing that is still above Sixers-Hawks, that whole endeavor, whether you want to talk about either the 18-point deficit or the 18-point choke job and then the 26-point choke job, and then obviously not showing up for Game 7. The number one most heartbreaking thing that I witnessed was 2011 Phillies Cardinals. That'll always stick with me. I completely understand.
1 bloody nil.
Yeah, it was a multitude of things, right? Obviously.
Oh, it was the beginning of the end of it was the end of the run.
Oh, yeah, of course. I mean, you look at it, right? And the similarity from that team to this team, the Sixers team, is that, that Phillies team, they were one of the best teams in the league throughout the entire year. You went into it with high expectations, right? And then you go into it against the Cardinals. You guys should know just from watching or listening to me talk about it before, because every time Chrome brings it up as Cardinals fans, I want to fight him. I want to jump over the friggin' table. From Cliff Lee blowing the 4-0 lead to Ryan Howard's knee literally blowing up on the final play of that series. And also
Achilles.
Is that the one where he ran out the first base and he blew his Achilles?
Yeah, that was his Achilles.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yep.
And honestly, like we talked about, we all talk about as Phillies fans it being now 10 years of hell. And I constantly see people say, oh, let's go back to – get me back to 2011. Get me back to 2011. And I hear you because that team was obviously great, but 2011 sucked. I don't want to go back and relive that heartbreak.
I hear you.
And for us,
that was 100.
Yeah, what was it? 103.
That was 102 wins and an early playoff exit.
Is that when they had all 4 aces? Both Roy.
4 aces, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
And Cole was 3. Was Cole 2 or 3 that year?
I think he was technically 3. It was Halliday, Lee, Hamels.
Yeah.
Who was the 4th one, Tom?
Oswald.
I think it was Roy.
It's Roy Oswald.
Yeah, it was Roy.
It was Roy. Yeah, I remember that team.
Yeah, they had like ESPN magazine covers of.
They had all 4 of them was on the cover, right?
4 of them, whatever the fuck it was.
We were like the Miami Heat super team of pitchers.
Yeah.
Dude, that was gonna age. Like everything was perfect, right? It was like an everything's perfect thing. Like, look how great our staff is, right? And you win by pitching in the postseason, and then pitching shoves it up your ass in Cliff Lee because he's another loser.
I'll just say this too.
Do you think? Well, I can't really talk too much as you guys on baseball, But I remember him. He was the only one showing up in that Yankee series.
Fuck the Yankee series. He in 2011, he cost us. He cost us that series.
Oh, no doubt.
100%.
4-0 lead at home, and he blows it. You can't do that.
No.
And for us, like, listen,
And that was game 2. We had a chance to go up 2-0 in that series and take a commanding lead, and he blew it.
Of a 5-game series, Noah. Remember that as well. Not a
Yes,
7.
exactly.
I
mean, we could have had a chokehold on the Cardinals, but instead, he shit the bed. We lose that game, and it was all up in the air from there. And, hey, you take your chances in game 5. And unfortunately, Carpenter was a little bit better than Halladay on that night.
Yep.
Great night of pitching. Mm-hmm.
Sure was.
They beat us 1-0, right? It was 1-0, and we couldn't even score a friggin' run.
Matt Halladay doubled down the right field line. I see the play every single time.
The back end of the line.
Correct me if I'm wrong, Ryan. I think we only managed 1 hit in that game.
Well, and I guarantee you, I don't think. Remember the back end of the lineup to where it was literally just dead. Placido Polanco, I think he's still swinging and missing to 10 years later.
Oh shit!
So, yeah, no, it was. And listen, if we wouldn't have won the World Series, but we would have gotten there, okay. Obviously, it wouldn't have been such a heartbreak. But for us to be the best team in baseball, all the momentum in the world, obviously ending up being the end of that big run from 07 to 11.
Mm-hmm.
But for us to lose in the first damn round.
Well, think of that. From 07 to 11 to only win 1 World Series. But imagine if we were the Atlanta Braves. Remember when they had that string of 14 consecutive division titles and only won 1 World Series, that coming in 1995 with Smoltz, Clavin, Maddox.
Yeah, I remember them.
So that's my number 1. But Ralph, I just want to ask you, and anybody, because I saw a couple people in the chat saying it's not heartbreaking. And again, if you're not heartbroken, okay, I'm envious of you. Ralph, did you not all year say that the Sixers were going to be coming out of the East? And
I had them in the finals. I just think this year is just a pile of fucking disappointment. Just a pile of disappointment.
I had your Lakers in the finals too, and look what happened.
I think it's more of a disappointment than it is a heartbreak for this year.
Just
because
it's the same thing. It's the same thing, though.
I don't think it is.
Heartbreaking. It's on the same level. It's on the same level. Because
are we feeling bad after both things, Ralph? Are you feeling bad?
If you found out one of your stars and you need 2 of them to win in this league is the softest piece of shit of all time. And you're like, oh my God, that really came out and that's been revealed, right? And you lose to it.
So this way, losing on Sunday is more of a heartbreak than losing the 7 bouncers.
It's not about Sunday.
It's not game 7.
It's about all of the games.
It's a combo. It's the 2 lead blowns. It's game 5. It's finding out your star player, one of your stars, supposedly stinks, like really stinks. Like we knew he wasn't good, like offensively, but at least we're like, oh, you can give us 12, 15. No, not even that. Not even that. He was a lose. He even got worse, right? So when you unpack it all and what this team was supposed to be expectation-wise was Eastern Conference Finals or bust, and it's actually even worse than that because you don't lose to a team that you should lose to. Not a good team, but you don't lose. You lose to a team you're not supposed to, and it's 7-game series, and you lose 3 games at home. Mm-hmm. So the disappointment and the heartbreak, we're written all. My point is, it's all over that series.
Ralph, I'll just give you the scenario, okay, Ralph? If the Lakers went up 2-1 against the Hawks, and the game that they went up 2-1 in, it was in Atlanta, right? And you're saying, okay, all we got to do is just do our business at home, and we win the series. We're up 2-1. Then you blow
but that would be that, and like Philly just said, it's more of a choke job.
Ralph,
take this journey with me.
Sorry, Frank. Sorry.
Take this journey with me.
Holy fuck!
What? Whoa.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
You sound like you're
Ryan. Are we going on a road trip?
Right ahead.
Journey talk.
So if you take that, right, and then you blow an 18-point lead on the road in game 4, You obviously do what you did in game 5 to where you blow a 26-point lead at home. Then, as we were, you're all out, right? You're like, they're probably not going to win. They're probably going to lose in 6. Then they have a gritty victory on the road in game 6. Everything, all the energy's pulled back, and they flat out don't show up in game 7.
That's a disappointment, dude. It's a disappointment, dude.
I think you got to look up the definition of disappointment and heartbreak.
Finding out the number one pick
it's the
is
same
actually
definition.
finding out the number one pick is actually softer than you thought.
Mhm.
It's heartbreaking and disappointing at the same time. And losing this series is heartbreaking and disappointing at the same time. Like it is. It's both. It's a combo. So you're not wrong by saying disappointing. You know what I mean? And everybody out there. But then
I have no ties to it. So as an outsider, for me, it's a disappointment.
Yeah, I'm not talking about just for you. I'm talking about the chat. I see people saying disappointment that are Sixers fans. And I'm like, yeah, choke job's another word for it. Disappointment, heartbreak, they all tie in together when you lose and you're the better team, right? That's what happens. That's the nature of sports.
I hear you.
So yours is 2011, right? Frank's is Sixers with me. Nate, yours was again what?
The Tampa game.
So you're right there with
Noah. It was Tampa.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And Ralphie, yours was Phillies, right?
No. Mine's actually the 2010 Stanley Cup Finals loss to the Blackhawks.
Wow. Okay. Nice. Good change up there. Good
That's
throw.
my number 1.
Very good.
Wow.
I like that. I like that a lot.
My number 2.
You know what? You know what's funny? That series, Ralph,
Yeah.
game 1 of that series was the same night as Holiday's perfect game down in
Yes,
Miami.
it was. Yes, it was. And they lost game 1. And the Flyers lost that game. Yep.
That's correct.
Yeah.
They lost 6-5.
Correct. Yep.
Who was on that team, Ralph? Remind me of that.
Mike Richards, Jeff Carter, was Billy Lano was on there,
Who was
young
the goalie?
Claude Giroux. Michael Layton was the goalie that year because Brian Boucher got hurt.
Okay.
Yep. I think he got hurt in the Boston series. Boucher
I think
did.
I was watching the holiday game. I don't think I watched that. I don't remember watching that hockey series.
Yo, you know how we were talking about the 2011 disappointing early exit for the Phillies? Well, how about 2010 and losing? I believe we lost to the Giants that year. Was that in
Cody
the
Ross.
NLCS? Huh?
Cody Ross.
Yep.
Exactly,
The Philly
but-
killer.
God damn it, because that's on my list.
That's the
God
same year
damn it.
that Holiday threw his perfect game and his no hitter against the Reds in the NLC and
Correct.
the NLDS.
Yep.
You know, and it just, man, talk about heartbreaking. And wasn't that the same series where in the NLCS, Game 6, I want to say, it ended on Howard striking out looking.
Correct. And Juan
Yes.
Uribe hit the solo shot opposite field. Yep, to right field.
I mean,
Hold on a
talk
second.
about disappointment.
You're not allowed to talk any negativity to the big fella. All right. And there's 2 reasons why like the Phillies don't jump up on my list. Right? Like in the tops.
Well, they won one.
They won one. The Eagles
And
won.
Howard was a ball club carrier, and I don't blame Howard for,
Watch him out.
you know. Look, I don't blame Howard for the loss to the Giants. All right, that everybody shared in the pie there.
But they changed their style, and it's okay. And we all thought it was going to win, and it should have. And it's disappointing because they were the better teams in these
Right.
losses too, right? They were the overall better team.
They won in 08, right?
Well, 08, they weren't the better team. That was the crazy thing. They were when they got to the World Series, they were the better team. But in the playoffs, they weren't the better team. So it's weird. Like the other years,
Going into the 08 postseason, everybody thought it was going to be Red Sox and Cubs in the World Series.
yeah.
Who did we play in that series? I forget. I know we.
The Cubs were actually a 100-game winner that regular season and went in as the number 1 seed in the National League.
Yeah. And I mean, again, like I said, all the Phillies, the Eagles ones always are going to hurt you, right? They're never not going to hurt you. But 2017 makes up for a lot of it.
Yeah.
Right. It makes up for all the conference title game losses, etc. But I'm going to put I'm going to put as my second. I'm going to go to before we have Dave on here at 9. I'm going to go with, and we'll get back to the list too after we go attack Ben again because that's fun. And we'll circle back to our list, and you guys put yours in too. It's the 2011, like that. You know what I mean? That's where I go right there because again, it's not just the way you lost that series. Okay, it's also that your best player in Ryan Howard now has a big time knee injury, right? So it's a deeper hurt, right? It's just like the Ben is in a way. It's a deeper hurt to me because I'm finding out that my best player might not be the same in a way.
That was his Achilles, correct?
Yes, and Achilles is big. We talk about you tear ACL, MCL, CLs to death. Just don't tear Achilles as a baseball player too when you need your lower half. So he just wasn't the same guy that was a carrier after that. And so the disappointment went deeper because after that year, you're talking about fucking Drek. You're talking about Drek, right? You're almost talking about you get into the direct years of what we've had to witness. So it's deeper. Yeah. So it's deeper. So that's my second one on my list because I don't know if we're ever going to win again.
Well, that's the thing, Tom. It's like it's not only about what happened and how it happened and how we lost and all the expectations that were going into it. It's about we haven't even gotten close to getting back to that point.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Like forget about, best team in baseball, star players, all that. I feel like, we've been there like mathematically, but really it feels like we haven't even been close to being a serviceable playoff team. Like there's been times where we finished a couple games within and then the bubble stuff and all that. But really, we haven't even gotten close in 10 friggin' years.
Hey, Brodo, question for you, though. What kind of move could Dombrowski make before the trade deadline that may give us a shot?
Another big-time bat. It's not even a question. Like, you need a big-time bat somewhere else in this lineup, and you need either another legit, like, number 1, number 2 type starter, okay, or you need a big-time reliever. Like, and maybe even 3 of them. To even give me hope.
Right.
And I don't know how you get 3 of them, Noah. Yep. That's the position you're in. The Phillies are another lie. Like when you circle up the lies right now.
It seems to me that Alvarado's been disappointing to some extent. Bradley's been disappointing out of that bullpen.
Yeah.
And we haven't been complete trash like last year in the pen, but definitely underwhelming. And, certainly, it's been a problem. It sure as hell was a problem this afternoon.
It's a bigger problem than this is. When your star has 10 home runs and they're all solo jobs, all right, you can quit.
Yeah, that's a problem.
Yeah, you can try to stop reaching around me, babe. So you better stop the reach around, girl, because I got no time for that shit. Because that's a joke to me. That's a joke. Little solo homer parties. All right, dude, you got to be a carrier. We talked about this. For this team to compete, Bryce Harper, that you signed to a ton of money, has to be an MVP candidate. And he's
hear you. Back in 08, Howard was a ball club carrier, and that's exactly what Harper is not doing now.
No, and there's no Didi. I get it, and Gene's hurt, and I would like to see what this lineup could do together. But you're watching this team like you're watching this team night in, night out, and that's why 2011 hurts because this was a year promised to us that we would compete, right? Back in the day. These were the goal years, right? Everybody remembers it. Everybody that's a Phillies fan remembers what they said to us when they started losing on purpose too, okay? They all remember, and we never have gotten back to that.
And none of our young guys, none of our young guys, at least in this season so far, that we expected to take a little jump or a big jump, none of them have gotten better.
No, it is whatever.
Well, none have gotten better. Look at how much they regressed. Look at example A. Look at Scott Kingery. They ruined this guy with all the launch angle shit and everything else. I guarantee you if he was anywhere else, he would still be in the major leagues and still be productive. I'm not saying he's going to be a Hall of Famer, but he would be productive. He wouldn't have gone in the toilet. I'm sorry?
Is that a coaching thing? Is that on Girardi?
No,
I think some of it is on the Phillies front office. I think some of it is on their philosophy and their approach to the game and all this launch angle shit.
Don't be wrong, though. Don't be wrong. This is a new regime. This is all new. Matt Klintak and his bullshit is no longer here.
Yeah,
so
right.
That on who really was the fuck up and all these picks, etc. Matt Klintak ruined the Phillies organization. Where we talk about trying to make yeah. So when you're talking about Sam Fold and Dave Dombrowski, they're different.
Well, I was referring to Klintak. My apologies.
No, don't be apologetic at all. Crush that son of a bitch. My point is, for the people out there, just remember this front office is now new. So we got to see what they do when we stink. You know what I mean? Like, what do they do when we stink? Or we're not good enough? Or we're a 500 team and we got a lot of money invested? What do they do? Do they blow it up or the other way? So in 2 minutes, we're going to have Dave on. We're going to crush Ben again, or a couple minutes, whatever you come on. It's no rush. And you guys tell me your second heartbreak, because we all gave our first. Right, you went last, so you can lead. You can go second on this one, and we'll circle the board again like we do. And family, tell me your second biggest heartbreak.
I'll make mine real easy. I didn't have it 1, so I'll put it 2. This is where I put Sixers Hawks 2021.
Yep.
So I'll make it real easy.
Not a bad spot. Not a bad spot. Not a bad spot at all. It's where it's, 1 or 2 is where it should be. This one should sting. Frank?
For me, it's the same as yours. The NLDS versus the Cardinals.
Twinsies.
Nate?
I think it's got to be the Raptors. The Raptors Sixers game.
Kawhi buzzer?
Yeah, Kawhi buzzer. That was because it was so slow, right? Like, we all watched it bounce around at least 4 or 5 times. You know what I'm saying? Like, that was heartbreaking, right? Like, that was, and then the pictures after it, you felt for my guy Joel. You felt for Embiid. The face was just so ugly, crying, but you felt for him because you felt good going home in game 6, so game 7 back in Philly. You felt good about that, even though the Raptors were a pretty good damn team, but we felt good.
Was game 7 there.
That was devastating though. That was that. What was I'm trying to remember?
Hey, CC, shut up.
We weren't even the better team.
We weren't the better team.
You can't have 07. You can't have 2019 in over 2021. You can't have that. You can't have that.
Oh yeah, I can. Because I know what Ben Simmons was. That everything that we talk about Ben Simmons, I knew what he was. I knew what he is. It doesn't surprise me. He's under the goddamn basket and he passes the ball. This doesn't surprise me.
We know this, but we still got more production in years past than we got this year. It's the biggest lie in Philadelphia sports history, and this is why this year is such a heartbreak.
The biggest lie in sports in Philadelphia history because you believed in him, and I told you not to.
It wasn't a belief. It was a belief. And the other guy could just be aggressive. We just talk about being aggressive. Have your fingerprints on games. Don't just disappear.
What did you tell me, Tom? Oh, we never seen this before. We never seen this aggressive bit. And what did I say? I said, wait till the fucking playoffs.
Okay, good.
Could have been Harden. It could have been Harden.
Here's some more for you.
It could have been his hamstring. Could have been his damn hamstring. Listen, it doesn't matter if you listen. The reason it's a heartbreak is because we wanted to see what they could do. Everybody thought that they were going to Eastern Conference Finals. Okay. So anybody out there that's going to try to tell me, I didn't have them there, you're lying to the people. You're lying to the damn people, right?
I thought we were playing Ralphie's Lakers in the finals.
I crushed Ben Simmons all season, Ryan. I crushed Ben Simmons all season. He was a target on my Crummin' days all the time. I smelled it, but I wanted to hold out hope that one fucking time he would say in the fourth quarter, have a feel for life. Have a feel for the game. Your big fella's on one knee, you loser. You loser. We got Dave in the background here.
Yeah,
let's go to Dave while we're hot on the topic.
Lights are on, bud.
Oh my God, no one's turning people's lights off. It's amazing. Look at the guy. Look at a great neighbor. Hey. Look at this guy, class act. Always has been. Let's get Dave in here and talk to him because he was at the game. You know what I mean? And he got a video go viral, and I felt it. I still feel it. I still feel it deep in my bones everywhere. I feel this fucking loser, this loss. And I couldn't imagine if I spent the money to go into the game. What's up, my brother? How you doing?
What's going on, man? My blood pressure just coming down off that game, man. That's that raw emotion right there. There's nothing better than that, man. Raw.
Yeah, we got to
And
send this
having
man
to
a
be here
case.
and witness that bullshit was horrible.
I just want to
My
ask,
God, man. Like
before
sitting
anybody
there with
gets
my
in
wife
there.
and
Oh wow, you had wifey with you? Oh man, I wonder what her video was like. But what I want to ask you, Dave, you still there? Oh, Dave, you there?
That was like the Matrix.
Right. Dave, you there?
yeah, I'm having issues with my mic, but I can hear you now.
Oh, okay. All right, cool.
There we
cool.
go.
You guys hear me?
Cool. There we go. I just want to ask you, like, when you came out, right? What was that feel like? What did everybody feel? Because it just wasn't you, right? We felt it through the screen. Like I wasn't there, but what was the just the overall feel of everybody coming out of that building?
I mean, it was like a funeral. To be honest with you, it was as soon as you walked out of it was a quiet moment, and the first thing I thought about was to grab my phone and go and do a rant, because for that rant that went viral, that's PG-13. Catch me during Eagles season. I'm not like the Sixers are my love, but the Eagles it's something about birds, you know. But it was like a funeral out there. Like people were just down. Like some people were crying. So I just had I had to let loose. And my wife was with me. She was right next to me, and she saw she knew I was about to go in. So I mean, I just can't believe that dude came up that small. And the thing about Ben Simmons is, I was watching from afar for the whole season, because like you said earlier, it's what you gonna do in the playoffs. Like I can do that. You getting me a double every game during the season, but what you gonna do in the playoffs? Like people want him to be. I mean, the man is on one leg. He's been carrying a 6'10", 245-pound dude for the last 3 years.
Preach.
Like I feel you, bro.
Like what else you want from the guy?
Yeah, and it's a star-driven league, right, Dave? Right, guys? Like you need two to tango here. It's always been a two to tango league. It's never been a one to tango league. It's always two. And our expectations were for this guy. We knew what the bias was. The expectation was for this guy. This guy was supposed to be the guy to help him and take us. And then you lose a series the way you do to a team that you're better than. I mean, Milwaukee's up 9 like they should be on them. I mean, it's not even. It's heartbreaking. It's heartbreaking because what's the future? What's the future? The same shit? Same lies? Right-handed? Fuck you, right-handed. Who are you talking to, right-handed? You gonna come out and tell me he's gonna be right-handed now? Oh, fuck, punch somebody in the face. Punch somebody in the face. Light somebody's lamp inside that facility you talk to me about right-handed.
Yeah,
Right.
I'm a lefty. Maybe I should become a righty, and maybe I could pitch for the Phillies.
Dave, go ahead. What'd you say?
It's ridiculous. You can't shoot. You can't change a guy's shot. You can't change his hand in the middle of his career.
Yeah, middle of his career. I think.
Yeah.
Like it's to the point where I actually think he's trying to sabotage the situation. Because when he first got drafted, was those rumors he didn't want to be in Philly, and then you see he's not shooting, and then there's summertime. All you see is video of Ben Simmons giving NBA players work in the summer. Like, why can't you do this shit in the game?
Lies.
You're going up against All-Stars.
Mhm.
Like, it's ridiculous.
It's sabotage.
He's posting another couple. It's like he's trying to get out of here. Like I don't know, man. It doesn't make any sense. Like I read something the other day about he's having some family issues with his sister and all that stuff. But you gotta be able to compartmentalize that shit when you're making 45 million.
Yeah. I mean, I understand family. I get it. But this is you can't come up this short. And the fact of the matter is, like you said, you can't change a guy's shot midway through his career. Like, here we go. We're gonna make you right-handed. You can't expect the guy just to have it. you're either a killer or you get killed in this league. And I can't ever say that this dude's gonna has what it takes, and it's either sabotage, right, guys, or he's the biggest mental midget of all time, right? It's one of the two. It's either he sabotaged the situation, like Dave said, because he wants to be in LA or wants to be somewhere else because he loves his image. Because we see the videos. I can't believe what I watch and then watch on game day. Like, I can't believe what I've hoped for one time in a playoff situation to see one of them Kobe fadeaways he wants to get cute with in the fucking gym versus guys. One time.
So, Dave, I want to go back to that night again. So, if you guys don't know, obviously a lot of people have seen the video. I think it went viral, right? 2.5 million views or something crazy like that. When you were out there, right? Well, take me through the whole scene, right? You go on your rant, and then I see you stepping on it was a jersey. Somebody took off their jersey, and you're stepping on the jersey. Like, were there raid fires? What else was going on in the streets on Broad? All the way down there in South Philly. Like, just take me through the scene. Like, put me in the scene.
But like I said, it seemed like it was a funeral. No one wanted to, we couldn't believe it. Like, who would have thought this whole process would have resulted in us losing in a game 7 at home to the Hawks? Like, to Kevin Huerter. Like, how do you get outscored by Kevin Huerter? And you know one thing about Philly, we respect like guys who give it their all and everything like that. You're gonna be a straight bum. We know we know that you're not really that good. But if you're giving it your all, we would love you. Like, what was the guy for the Phillies a couple years ago when he ran to the damn wall and busted all his nose up? Stuff like that.
Aaron Rowan.
Yeah.
Aaron Rowan.
But guys like Eric Snow and all these other guys who's really not that good, but they played a key role in this city because they gave it their all. And you're talking about somebody who's 6'10", baby Brian, baby Magic, 24 years old. It's not like he's out of shape. Like, what is going on? Like,
he's 6'10" and he plays like he's 5'5".
What's the old saying? Look like Tarzan, play like James.
Yep.
That's Ben Simmons.
it's Jane's an understatement. It might be even worse than Jane. I mean, I would like to see maybe if you could bring a Jane out. I mean, just bring a Jane out one time. I mean, it's unbelievable what we've watched. I can't fathom it. Like, how can you fathom 0 shots in 5 fourth quarters in the playoffs? Are you okay? I mean, I'll be yelling, check your pulse. Check your goddamn pulse. Are you with us today? Like, are you even here? You're going to tell me about great defense. You can shove great defense up your ass. I need a point guard who can create. And not just create for a cute pass. Create and goddamn score in this league so my big fella can eat. How many my buddy asked me this earlier on the phone. How many alley-oops did Joel Embiid caught this year? We watched 45 in this goddamn series versus us. How many easy buckets has that guy gotten with Ben Simmons at the point guard position? And I'll sit here and wait. I'll wait all the fucking day. Maybe 2. If you tell me 5 this year, you're crazy. From him. I feel
like he only got 1 in this series, and that was like the over the top pass. But I feel like that was like game 2
from Ben.
Yeah, it was from Ben.
Game 1.
I remember that.
It's cute. Anybody?
Yeah, it was cute.
Anybody? Like, that's the thing. What do we do? That's my question to you, Dave. Is what do you do? Obviously, we want him out of town, but we know we got Maxey and he can start a guard and create, which would be a good start. But like, are you just taking anything back, Dave? Or do you still have you got something it's gotta be this type level, or I'm just saying, okay, shoot fucking right-handed then.
In regards to the trade?
Yeah, are you done with them? Is it time to go? And are you taking anything back for him? Or you still have a set guy caliber?
I don't take back for him. I mean, we got a crafty GM who's respected in the league, so I don't think we're gonna get flim-flam. I'd rather, if that's the point, we might as well just keep them. But they're going to get something of value, and they can't really stay out there. They had the press conference the other day saying that they like what Ben Simmons brings to them to the team. Of course, you're gonna say that because you're trying to get value for the guy. So, I mean, right now we just need because Embiid doesn't have that much time at this level due to his history with injuries. We all know that. We talk about maybe another 3 to 4 years at this level. So we gotta strike while the iron is hot, and if it means like trading him to like Sacramento for like Buddy Hield or De'Aaron Fox, or maybe a 3-team deal with big return, I'm all for it. And like for the draft, somebody mentioned it was crazy. I listened to the radio today. Somebody mentioned Golden State and they got the 8th pick, getting the 8th pick back and getting Wiggins, which is crazy because this whole process was to get Wiggins originally, which is crazy. So to get him, I mean, the contract back,
winless for Wiggins.
I don't know.
Well, let me ask you this, Dave, and this goes to everybody out here, and I think I heard Barkley say this, and I'm going to repeat it because I think it's important. As bad as we don't like Ben, and as bad as we talk about Ben, is this team better without Ben Simmons?
Regular season, probably depending on what they get. Who knows? Maybe not.
You got to break it down to regular season versus playoffs.
Yeah, that's the crazy thing.
Right.
Regular season, he's going to keep being. You're going to be a damn good team. You're going to look good because he's going to be able to get in transition and all that cute shit, right? But when it comes crunch time and they clog it up, no, we're not better.
Yeah. I hear you. I think it's a fair question, though. Like, it is a fair question because you do lose a lot if you trade Ben in terms of, his defense and what he brings to as some of the skill set that he does have, right, outside of the offensive side. Like, let's not forget, they were the first they were the first seed in the regular season. And I get it, it's the regular season, right? I've talked about it before.
Defense, you can sub that out with Thibault.
Nah. That's not an equal sub. That's not an equal sub.
Fox?
Yeah, but what does Fox do for us?
Fox gives a guard that can great for Joel Embiid that can score on his own, and help your big fella out. That will actually probably give you more than he won't. I guarantee you give you more than 0 shots in 5 fourth quarters.
Would it be what is Fox in his third year?
Going to shoot the ball.
I'm not sure.
He just got extended, so we would have at least 4 years of control. He just got extended this past season.
I'm just saying, like, I see Fox. Is Maxey and Fox the same type of player? That's just what I'm getting at.
No,
I mean, Maxey. You hope Maxey can get to Fox's level.
Okay, fair enough.
Herter's going off, by the way. Kevin Herter again, another bucket. Like, so, okay, all right. It makes me like not hate it more. But why is 6'4" Seth Curry guarding him anyway? Is another whole story. But that's for another day. Listen, we played it earlier, so I want to get the family out there. The crumble.
Play it again.
Oh, I gotta go.
Play it again. Let Dave see it live.
Yeah, let him feel it again.
Dave, let's feel this crumb bum.
As Ben Simmons, you fucking crumb bum. Get Ben Simmons the fuck out of my city. I don't want to see him. Get him the fuck out of here. You fucking bum. 5 points. Kevin Herter outscored you. Who the fuck is Kevin Herter? Yo, man, listen. If Ben Simmons on his team next year, it's gonna be a fucking problem. Fuck this motherfucker. Fuck this motherfucker, Ben Simmons. Fuck Ben Simmons. Fuck this motherfucker, man. Get out of here. Somebody burn that shit. Somebody burn that shit. Burn that shit.
That shit. Burn it. Burn it.
Dave, you've seen that probably 100 times. As many times as this has been seen, like I said before, on the Shade Room, it's been seen 2.5 million views. Right?
No one had a lighter or a match. We couldn't burn it.
If you would have burned it, it might be at 4 or 5 million right now in views. But I'm just curious, man. With this viral thing going on, they calling you the crumb bum guy. You know what I mean? Like, what's going on in Dave Fortune's life right now? You know what I mean? You blessed us with your presence, right? You came to A2D Radio, right? You showing us love. What's going on with you in terms of crumb bum? You know what I mean? And what's next? And tell us about that crumb bum, right? Tell us. I think that's an old, like we talked earlier today. That's an old Philly thing, man. Let the people know. Why every time I talk to him, he goes in like a Matrix mode? Right? He just stops when I talk.
It's
Everybody else gets a nice little flow of conversation. But every time I talk, you did, Dave. So tell us about Crumb Bum, where that came from, and how that's a Philly thing too.
My phone.
Yeah, if he can't talk, it's the old Mayor Rizzo. Crumb Bum, the reporter. You crumb bum, the reporter, and that's how that started. Which is great.
You're a creep. You're a crumb bum.
I love a good crumb cake. You know what I mean? And it actually ties in because I like doing crumb of the days. So the whole, we all get it. We got it from good old. Thank you, Rizzo. Hey, we appreciate you, right? You know what I mean? Oh, because it's a great saying. And when he crumb bummed them like that, to say crumb bum in that moment, right, is crazy too. Like that's when he's hot. Like when he was hot, he's like crumb bum.
Yeah, right. To think of that at that moment, you think of Ben Simmons and you think, oh, that's a motherfucker.
The thing about it is like, and if anybody, people that know me, they know that I go crazy over the Eagles. Like that's nothing.
We lost him there for a second.
Yeah, we lost him a little bit.
He said Eagles. He goes crazy over the Eagles. We all do.
I didn't warm up the season, man.
7-10 coming soon.
It was going to be a bill, but I was just getting ready, man.
I was just getting ready. I heard that part. Getting ready for the Eagle season. Yeah, you're going to be doing a lot of that during the Eagle season, bro.
7-10. Here she comes.
7? You even got them winning 7?
I don't know. I think they're going to – if they get another corner, they might be able to compete. If they get another corner and their O-line stays healthy, I think they'll compete. I mean, it's a lot of ass.
Yeah.
It's a lot of ass. I mean, healthy O-line's asking for a lot. Like, you know what I mean? If healthy O-line, I think Hurts has weapons and they're gonna play. They're gonna surprise some people, right? Offensively, I think our defense, our front's still good. Our linebackers are right, and our secondary is good outside of one corner. We need one other corner. Give me another corner, and I think we can actually maybe even compete for this division because our defense would be good. That's not a bad defense. Our front led the league in sacks last year. They're going to get after you, all right? They're going to get after you. I like Eric Wilson, right? And I like, what's his face? The safety. Why am I drawing a blank right now? Because I haven't talked to Eagles.
Anthony Harris, right?
Mm-hmm. So it's like, it's not bad. Like, it's competitive. So, I mean, you're a corner away from saying, okay, Jalen, can you play? Can you play? And we're going to find out, Nate. We're going to find out, baby. Because I don't know.
We're going to find out. We're going to find out if the hype is real. The pitchers look good. Like, all the pitchers look good. Like, they're doing something. And actually, you know who I like? I like that defensive coordinator, man. He's got something about him that I like. I forget his name.
Gannon.
Like
Jonathan Gannon.
Jonathan Gannon.
Yeah, but I see him
Rich
talk.
Gannon.
He's got something about him that he's not showing. Like he's got like, you know what I mean? Like I like the way I like his demeanor. I like he gravitates to me as a more of a Philly coach than Sirianni. Now I like Sirianni, right? Because Sirianni is going out there as being him, right? He's wearing shirts that match some of the guys' character. He's going out and throwing passes with the fans. He's just being him. But there's something about that DC, man. There's something about that defensive coordinator. And maybe because I'm an old defensive guy, right? I play DN. So I just something that draws me to him. But there's a fire about him that, you know, he's calm in front of the camera. But with his guys in the back in the locker room, I think he's a different guy.
Oh, and you're spot on because as the dust settles and we get away from the Carson and the Doug and everything that transpired, right, and went on, and we move away from it, we're able to sit back and say, you know what, we got a young coaching staff, right? We got a young coaching staff that's energetic and excited to coach, and we got to hope that works. Because I want to believe that that's good, right? I want to believe that that's good. So,
can they rock paper scissors their way to victory?
You never know, Noah. You never know.
Great question, Noah.
But we can continue with our list. We lost Dave, but
yeah, he's talking to me right now. He said he having issues with some Wi-Fi. You know, he got that Boost Mobile. So
We'll get him on.
He's trying to jump back on if he can. If not, I appreciate homie jumping on for sure.
Yeah, definitely appreciate his time for sure. For sure, it was it's good to get off your chest again, right? Did everybody go on their second, right, or no?
Mine's the Phillies.
We stopped at
mine's
me.
the Phillies.
We stopped at me, I think, because Dave came on after when I was going.
Yes.
So I think it's Noah.
Right.
It's on Noah.
All right, so my second one honestly has to be 1-0. And it just not just the way that game ended, but with Howard getting hurt there and tearing his Achilles, you knew that was it. The magic was over, the run was over, and you knew it would not be the same. And obviously we found out, going into 2012, that next season, we only finished 500, and unfortunately it got worse from there. And really, we haven't been the same since.
Ralph, what did you have? You also had the Phillies?
Yeah, 2011. Yep, that was my second one.
Okay, so in our combined list, based off of the majority, we have Sixers 2021 versus Hawks as the number one in our overall list, and then Phillies 2011 second in our overall list.
Was that game when he blew out his Achilles? Was there one on? Like that we had the winning run? Like was he the winning run, or was it?
No, he was running the first base.
He was the tying, yeah.
Yeah, at least the tying run at minimum.
Howard was the tying run
at minimum.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean,
yeah, there was nobody on. Howard was definitely the tying.
And it was a full count too, right? Was it a full count? I remember him just running and falling on the ground, and then afterwards came and saying, "Yo, he blew out his, Achilles."
Yeah,
and then I didn't
he didn't even get halfway down the line.
Yeah, I was mad because I remember how much he had struck out that year, and then I remember then hearing that he blew out his Achilles, so it kind of lessened the blow.
The initial reaction, at least from my knowledge, just watching it, was that I remember the instant reaction from a lot of Phillies fans was that, oh my God, he didn't even run out to first base. They thought he kind of just gave up because when he threw, when I think it was the pitcher threw it to first base, you never saw Howard even run. So we thought it was like one of those Jimmy Rollins things that he used to do early in his career where he wouldn't hustle to first base. Yeah. But when they show the replay, it's like, oh my God, he's on the freaking ground.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, my third one is actually Eagles Carolina, because when you talk about Eagles Bucks, we ended up maybe not being the better team because they went on to win it all, right? When you talk about Carolina, we were absolutely the fucking better team, and Carolina should never beat us.
Was that Steve Smith and Jake Delhomme? Or was his name?
Delhomme, yeah, Jake Delhomme.
Came in. Jake
Tommy, that may be true, but even if we got past Carolina, I honestly don't think we beat that Patriots team that year. And if we would have gotten past the Bucks, I think we would have destroyed the Raiders. And you got to remember, the Raiders had a lot of distractions going into that Super Bowl, led by none other than the O-lineman that went AWOL.
We would have found distractions, so don't worry about it. All right, we would have found distractions. We would have found distractions.
Yeah, that was a good Carolina team too. Who was that? Who was the runner? Was Stewart?
No.
Yeah,
wasn't
it Deshaun Foster?
I don't know.
No, Jonathan Stewart was 2015.
To the cloud.
Yeah, I have to look that up. I'm trying to remember that Panthers game. I know what game you're talking about, but I'm trying. Was that in Carolina or was that in Philly?
That was in Philly.
No, that was in Philly, and we scored 3 fucking points. Wow. And Todd Pinkston dropped 6 fucking passes.
Is that the one where he said the lights was in his eyes?
Yes.
When it was a deep ball and he had alligator arms?
Yeah, and then Pinkston said that he lost focus. How can you not be focused for the NFC Championship game?
Yeah, we were the better team too, and Jake Delhomme beat us.
Yeah,
here. So just remember, Jake Delhomme fucking beat us here.
That was not
so
Steven
out of
Davis,
the
Deshaun
four-
Foster in that game.
Out of the 4 NFC Championship games, was it 2 home and 2 away? Trying to remember. Let me look real
I
quick.
mean, if we're not counting 05, you know what I'm saying? Because technically, I mean, we had what it was 03, 04, 05.
Mm-hmm.
And then was that Saints game in 06? Was that the NFC title or was that in the first round?
That was divisional. That was divisional.
Divisional round. That was Jeff Garcia started that game.
And then 2008 against Arizona.
The Arizona fucking Cardinals.
Yeah, but that one doesn't get you as much because the expectations weren't as high that year. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it was a different type of year.
Right.
They all hurt. Don't get me wrong. Every one of them.
Yeah. That Arizona game, was that the game where he fumbled and D-Jack, that was D-Jack's rookie year, right? And he ran him down the sideline, I think.
Yeah, I just remember Aeneas Williams picking off the pass. You know what I mean? Like, like all these moments just come together.
Yeah,
as
right.
big moments that are like, okay, they all run together, like we talked about, right? You know what I mean? They all run together.
Yeah.
The Carolina and Tampa are like similar because there's like no offense from us. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Nothing. And Carolina's defense wasn't good. So everybody can relax.
Yeah.
On that. He had a good defense. Wasn't good as Tampa. Calm down.
I just Dave
all over that defense.
Dave just got back to me and he can't make it. He was actually on the clock. You know what I mean? So he took some time out of his job to come on, make sure he shows some A2D the A2D family some love. So he can't make it back. So appreciate Dave. Appreciate you, bro, for coming on, man.
Yeah, sure.
Ralphie, what's your number 3?
Mine is actually the 2008 NFC Championship game against the Cardinals. Is my third one.
So that's up. Okay.
Just because of the fact that we took the lead late in the fourth quarter, and then the defense, as the Eagles defense always does, says, not right now. I'll worry about later on. You know, you could go right down the field, Larry Fitz, and score, and yep. So we were one game away. That was my heartbreak number 3.
Ralphie, I think that's a perfect segue. And Noah and anybody who's listened to A2D for a while, let me know if you can hear this. By the way, I think it's a perfect transition for this.
It's about damn time that we start filling up our empty trophy case. The Phillies have found a way, right? The Sixers won in '83. The Flyers won a few cups back in the 70s, long before Matson Sudi was even thought of. But what have the Eagles done? They haven't won a damn thing since 1960. My dad was 14 in 1960, and today he's 70. This isn't some shithole outpost in NFL City. This is Philadelphia, and what we stand for is excellence, and that is what we demand.
I love it. I love the music.
Wake up, Haley!
Well done.
I love the music behind it. I love how Noah's face was just halfway on the screen too. Oh, it was perfect. It was perfect. Good take, bro. Fucking beautiful take.
Noah, what was your?
And I'll tell you what. Hey, Howie, time's up. You may have one ring, but it's time to start. Let's get moving here. Yeah, another 4-win season. Another 4-win season, Howie, and you could go right out the fucking door.
And you hear this from Dallas fans. You hear this from Giants fans. Was that season lightning in a bottle? Let's just be honest. We have a ring, so I don't give a fuck, right? I don't care. We have a ring, so we can say it. But looking at where we were and when we are, was that Super Bowl just lightning in a bottle? We just call it.
I don't think so. I don't think so. We were 11.
I'll say no because here's why.
When Carson went down, we were 11-2, and we were the number 1 seed in the NFC. I don't think so.
I'll say this real quick, and then Noah, you go. Nate, it's a great question. It's a great question, but I don't give a damn. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't.
We got the ring. That's exactly.
Yeah.
We got the ring. But that's what you hear, right? That's
all the time, and it doesn't even faze me. Like, oh, it was a fluke. Like people say that to like me, Eagles fans, like it's a shot. I don't give a damn. I lived it. We lived it. It wasn't a dream. It was real. I will never care if it's a fluke. I would like another one, please. Like very soon.
Yeah, it was a parade I got to attend. I got to make a 4-day weekend out of it, and I was drinking fucking beer at 7 a.m. and we were drinking all day, and I remember every minute of it, and we had a fucking blast. But I'll tell you what, who was responsible for that championship? Let's just say Howie Roseman had a very small part. You know who had a big part, and unfortunately he's no longer here. He's with the Jets, and that's Joe Douglas. And I'm
made some good plays. Good off-season moves there.
I firmly believe it was Joe Douglas who helped pull the strings in that front office and maybe helped Howie Roseman get his head out of his ass. And I'll tell you what, since Douglas left town, it seems like we've gone back to mediocrity.
Why did we let him go though? Yeah, like why did Laurie let him go? Like,
because he got offered the GM. He was not the full throttle GM here with the Eagles. He was only an assistant GM, if you will, or director of scouting or whatever. And he ended up becoming the general manager with the Jets. I mean, money talks, right?
Yeah, of course.
True.
Of course.
Noah, what was your number 3 most heartbreaking moment?
All right. Well,
that you've ever witnessed.
That I've ever witnessed.
Or been alive for. You didn't have to be at the game.
All right, well, I'll tell you what. I'll give you one where I've been at the game. And you know what? I'll go right to it. And the NFC Championship game against the Panthers, because we would have thought that our Birds learned the lesson from the year before when we lost to the Bucks that hey, just because you're at home, it's not guaranteed. You need to show up and be ready to play. But, of course, Todd Trash Pinkston had to drop 6 fucking passes in that game. And, of course, our offensive line, who played well all season, unfortunately couldn't block Carolina's front 7. You know, a la Greg Favors was in McNabb's grill all day and ultimately knocked him out of the game and really, gave us no chance of moving on. So, I was at that game. It was the first NFC Championship game at the Link, and for us to only put 3 points on the board, that was pretty gut-wrenching. Just the way the whole thing went down, And during that game, you thought, well, okay, we're only down 2 scores, but it really felt like we were down by 4 or 5 scores. Just the way we were playing, and you could just tell Carolina's defense just absolutely ate our offensive line for lunch. And I think that was the most disappointing part.
Yeah. Was that Runyon and Trey Thomas? I'm trying to
yes, sir.
Remember that game. I don't remember that game well. And is that Hank Fraley was our center?
Well, it ain't a game you really want to remember too well because we only scored 3 fucking points. And the Carolina front 7 was in our goddamn backfield the whole day or the whole night.
Let's give Carolina credit, though. But the Carolina's front 7 was pretty fucking good, though.
Right? Oh, no doubt about it. They were one of the better defenses. They were one of the better defenses in the NFL that year. I mean, they weren't 2000. They weren't 2000 Ravens like, but they were pretty damn good.
Yeah, they were good. We had fucking Hall of Fame tackles. Can we grow the fuck up? Like, could we grow up here? I mean, we didn't get the job done again. That's what it comes down to. It was loser city. All right? Fucking couldn't get open. Your corners were bumping, running, them little skinny pieces of shit on the outside, and it was a train wreck the whole day. That's what it was.
Tommy, I can't disagree with you.
McNabb gets all the blame because that's how we operate. You know what I mean? It's a freaking joke. It's a joke.
He has to get all the blame. Absolutely.
Yeah, at least he had effort, unlike 2-5.
So that's 2 votes for Carolina game.
Uh-oh. We're going around the room. So what Ryan is trying to say to Nate is, what is your 3rd most heartbreaking moment?
I think it's this one. This one has to be the past this game 7. Thinking about it, because I'm trying to remember all the games. I remember some of the hockey games that you guys talked about, but I didn't watch the full series. I remember some of the baseball games, and I remember that run out with Ryan Howard, but I didn't watch out the full series, and some of those didn't imprint so much as this one is. So for me, for sure, it was definitely this game, Game 7, at home. You got to feel confident that you're going to win that game. We were one of the better at home basketball teams in the NBA. It's tough to eat that, and not even that. Trey was fucking off, right? Like Trey was off. He was like 2 for 13 in the first half, and they were down by what, 2, or they were up by 2.
Yep.
Once you saw that, I knew in my head as a gambler, as a bettor, that Atlanta was fucking live, because they were just, you know what I mean? And Bogdanovic was on the bench, and you're just watching the flow of the game. And it was insane that he had such an off night. And speaking of that, right, people in the membership team, people in the membership group, I saw a lot of membership people early on. Let me know if you got that money. Let me know if you got that money that weekend, because we had a hedge. We had a beautiful hedge for plus 700. So you could have hedged that easy with the under, because I had Trey for over 32, because I thought Trey was going to go off. I really did. That's why I said it didn't shock me. I thought Trey was going to go off in Game 7, because that's what big players do, and I think Trey is a big player. So hopefully y'all hit that hedge, and make sure y'all go to A2D Radio, hit the join button, and then sign up for the membership on the weekends. We're on fucking fire. 2 weeks in a row. When you see my face, we're talking guaranteed money. We're talking guaranteed money when you see my face.
Everything's right you said, but Trey Young. I mean, you were great. Everything you said was spot on.
I was great until Trey.
And then you went Trey Young being phenomenal, and I can't with it. But you're right. Introducing A2D memberships, $9.99 a month. The perks include appearances on shows, members-only live streams, shout-outs, weekly sports picks from our guy down below, Nate Moss, Money Pop Podcast, and you get some daily fantasy advice on the weekends from
Willie Vegas.
So you get a lot, and you get discounted ATD merch. Discounted ATD merch, and you still thrust the process, not trust it. You thrust that bitch, right? You can get this right there too. You get discounted merch, 20% off, right? You also get the Manscaped, which we give to everybody, 20% off using the code A2D. And
I can't wait for my Manscaped to come in.
And you get free shipping with the code A2D at manscaped.com. Unlock your confidence. Always use the right tools for the job with Manscaped. And you all got to hit that like and subscribe. Super chats are fun too for our family out there. They help drive us, right? And just hitting the like and subscribe. So make sure you're doing that, and comment in on your heartbreak too, because there's a lot of it out there. Frank, go ahead with your heartbreak.
Frank, before you go, hold on. I want to go back to you, Tom.
Why? Trey Young? Why?
Yeah, you don't think Trey Young is a player?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
No, really?
I want to see what happens when the calls aren't there.
Okay. Well, we'll see. What has he got in this game so far? What is he doing in this game? 25 against one of the better teams in the defense. Okay. Yeah. At 5'5".
Shoot that again. Let me see when they don't get the calls. Let me see when they don't get the calls, Nate. That's all.
He's in Milwaukee right now. Is he getting calls?
You tell me who got more calls in this series, Joel Embiid or Trey Young. It's a flat-out fucking joke.
I'm not saying he didn't.
The joke.
I'm not saying he didn't, but I'm just saying, what is he doing now?
Who's a better player?
Who's a better player? Who? What are you talking about?
Who? Joel or Trey? Who's a better player?
Ooh, that's tough.
It's tough. The one guy didn't go to the line in the series. The other guy went to the line fucking 100 times.
I give it to Joe. I give it to Joe because he was an MVP candidate, and Trey ain't reached that level yet. But Trey's climbing, and he's climbing fast.
Climbing my ass. He's climbing.
I want to see what he does with the new NBA rules next year.
Yeah,
climbing right to the friggin' bench.
What's the new rules? I missed that.
Everything Trey did, he can't do anymore. Basically,
things Harden does at times when guys run into guys that create contact.
Oh, okay.
Can't do that shit.
Hey, that's smart playing to me. But Frank, I don't want to take your thunder, man. Go ahead, bro.
My number 3 heartbreaking moment is it's got to be the Kawhi Leonard bounce game. the semifinals against the Raptors, that entire Game 7, I thought maybe we could steal that series from Toronto, steal it from, a guy that we were pursuing that offseason. And then, we were one bounce away from, going to overtime, possibly win it. But the turnovers in the closing moments of that game, that will hurt us in the long run. And of course, it was one of those turnovers caused by Richard Simmons. So, I think it might be a central theme, though. We might see Richard Simmons make an appearance. So.
Yeah, and it was Jimmy Butler. Don't forget the 24-second violation in that game.
Two of them.
By Jimmy Butler.
Butler violations. I think Tobias had a turnover.
Yeah. It was a circle jerk. Turnovers. Yeah, it was.
It was a bunch of bad decisions.
Yeah, and you know what? Like, the thing is that one hurts too because you're talking about what you went out and got to try to get there. So that's a good one.
Exactly.
Right.
I know nobody else has it, but I'm going to go 2010 Flyers Stanley Cup loss against Chicago. Obviously.
Well, Ralphie had it one. So
I think Ralphie had that one.
Yeah, Ralph had it one.
It holds value in terms of
all the comebacks. I think comebacks in two different series, actually.
Well, that was the Boston one, right? Before
and what was the other one? Penguins?
I think it was against Montreal. I think.
Montreal. It was Montreal.
Outskate us all around the country. So I mean, they come to the U.S. They just outskate us. So I mean, that's been a running theme for years. So you're right. To win that series and then the way the Boston one shaked out too, and then you're right. Then the fall.
And it's also like that is also stuck in my head because in lesser terms, but it's kind of like the Phillies to where like we've been back there. I mean, we thought, God, in the bubble playoffs, less than a year ago, we thought we were going to go all the way. Maybe not win it, but go further than we did. But that's stuck. That is absolutely stuck with me. Also, the way we lost it too. I mean, Jesus, it took the entire arena like 2 minutes to figure out. The puck went in the net. The refs didn't even know. Just the whole thing. It sucked, and it still gives me friggin' nightmares. So that's easily number 3 for me.
It's good. Yeah, my number. I'm on 4, right?
Yeah. So the overall number 3 since majority is the Panthers game. So that ended up. So that makes number 3.
Yeah, I mean, my next one it's damn. I got two choices. And it could the Tampa Bay game is haunting too. Don't get me wrong. So that's right there. But
that was gut wrenching.
I'm a combo. Like I love my Sixers too. Like I get hard on my Eagles, I get hard on my Phillies, and I get hard on my Sixers. Like I love those 3 teams more than I love them like the same. It's weird. Like other teams, like people value them higher than each other. I don't. I love all 3 the same, and I love hockey too. Like when they actually want to get their head out of the 70s, right? I love hockey, so I'm there too. So I love my team. I love my teams the same. So it's not, you know what I mean? It's more. It's different for me. Like some people say, like, oh, I'm harder on the Eagles, or I think them losses harder, or harder on the Sixers. No, like all 4 haunt me the same, right? It's a hauntville. It's a big house of horrors. You know what I mean? It's a big house of horrors for me. So my 4th is tough, but I'm gonna go back to the Sixers, and Frank had him 3, and I'm going back there with it. That Game 7. I mean, in Toronto now. Listen, were they probably the better team at the time? Yeah, probably. I mean, we can't say they're not. They went on to win the championship, right? But to lose that game the way you did, all right, and the bounce, and everybody was right about it. I mean, it's still going. I talk about it all the time. It bounced into the Atlanta series too, because they made a bunch of fucking bang shots. The bank was always open for their shit. So it just carried over. It's carried over, which makes it hard. So that's gonna be my 4th. I'll go with the bounce. And Ralphie, that picture's still in here. That fucking picture. I'm not gonna burn the picture. I'm gonna burn the picture. That's what we gotta do in the offseason, right?
Sacrifice.
Do a picture burn.
Yeah.
Curse.
Yep.
But you have the picture of Kawhi squatting down?
He put it in the studio.
Yeah, he put it in the corner.
Studio here.
I hit it.
What the fuck, Ralphie?
Yeah.
By the way, studio's got another door. Studio's got a door on over here now. There's no longer the garage door down. Garage door off.
The garage door that scares me all the time.
Yeah, there's no more. Frank, this is the greatest man cave of all time over here. I mean, literally, you can't get a better cave. You got air conditioning, you got heat, right? The only thing I don't got is a pisser. Everything else you got. Got a freaking gigantic TV. We're Gucci. Thanks to Pete Evans. Fucking easy purchase, Pete. My guy said, anybody looking for a TV? I was all over him because I wanted to upgrade size. I'm a big size guy. You know what I mean? When they get a little bigger.
Tommy, you can always go outside and piss.
Things happen. Bottles are cool too if you need to really get one off your chest. So there's options.
I'll go real quick just because I agree with both Tom and Frank. My number 4 is the Kawhi bounce. It's everything that went into that series. Also, it's another thing where you could see a path after that series to where, listen, there's no guarantee we beat Milwaukee. I know everyone says, oh, it was a for sure thing, but I'll tell you what, we would have matched up really well against them, really well against the Milwaukee Bucks in the Eastern Conference Finals. And then obviously we see what happened to the Golden State Warriors, and they absolutely burst into flames once they got to the finals with injuries. So there was a path there. There really, truly was. And honestly, I honestly think it's actually number 1 to where you see, I think it was game 3 or 4. I think it was game 4 when we went up by like 26 at home against Toronto, and Joel had that windmill dunk, and he was pretending he was the airplane.
Yeah.
That, I had to think about it for a second, but it truly is, to this moment, probably the happiest moment I've ever felt as a Sixers fan. Like, if you just bottle that up, that's probably the happiest moment of me being a Sixers fan. And from where we were then to obviously letting them back into the series the next game, having a win in game 6, and then obviously the heartbreak, if you would have just bottled that moment when Joel Embiid is playing airplane and the city's going crazy, the arena's going crazy, you would have thought we were going to win the next 5 freaking championships. Yeah. When you hear, I think it was Jim Jackson saying, you know, if he does not end his career being one of the best big men ever, it'll be a complete heartbreak. Just everything of that moment and how it just crashed and burned. You would have never thought. You could have given me $1 million saying, hey, I'll bet you $1 million that they lose this series. I would be like, no, you're crazy. We're winning. We won't win another game. We won't lose another game. So, yeah, therefore.
Yeah, and the talent on the team, too.
Yeah.
Frank?
My 4th one, I'm going to go with Super Bowl 39. Yeah. That year, at least, like, remembering how that year went, we went 13-3, probably one of the most watchable teams in the NFL. We had Donovan and T.O. I still remember the Desperate Housewives opening to Monday Night Football that year. I mean, that year, being 12, and that's when I fully started to watch the Eagles on a regular basis. Wearing the Donovan McNabb jersey to school and trying to get more Eagles jerseys going through middle school.
Damn, you were 12?
I was 12, yeah.
I was 22.
Ralph and I were 8.
Yeah, but watching that game, that was hard to watch. I think that was the first time I cried during a sporting event, was the end of Super Bowl 39. We didn't get the job done. I wanted to see the Eagles lift up that Lombardi trophy. I still have the newspaper from the day after the Super Bowl loss, the Philadelphia Daily News, that said "damn" on the cover. I still have it.
Why would you keep that?
It needs to be burned, brother.
Yeah, I mean, come on. What are you doing?
Yeah, you should burn that with a Simmons jersey.
Yeah, in the Kawhi in the studio.
Luckily, I don't have.
Yeah, burn that with the Simmons jersey and fucking Richard Simmons spandex.
Yeah.
We should just group in this list all those Eagles losses outside of, it should just be one, right? All together outside of the Rams game. Because like they were, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That streak, that what was it? 04, 05, 6, and then 8. That entire streak.
Yeah, it was just losing. That should all just be one. You know what I mean?
I agree.
Where are we at? We're at number
4.
4.
Yeah, we're at number 4. So I was trying to have, because Frank just brought back that memory of that loss. Because if we win that game, I'm pretty sure, and I feel pretty confident that T.O. was going to be the MVP. And
Yeah.
He just ignited the city. And I remember that first game with him and the Ravens, and they went deep, and he scored, and it was magic ever since then. And then you remember the whole talk about Andy Reid saying he'll wear the jumpsuit that T.O. comes out if he breaks the record. Just everything about that year was just magic. But for me, for 4, before I get out of here, was the fact that that Saints game, man, when Jeffrey dropped the pass.
Yeah, I was waiting for
Saints
that
game.
God damn it.
Was a killer, man, because you felt the magic again, right?
Yeah.
They even had Sports Illustrated again with Nick Foles again, ? Like, we're seeing it again, and you felt everything you felt about that Super Bowl the year before. You felt it again, and you felt it when they were driving down. I forget what it was, 3rd and 5, 3rd and 6, and if he just catches that fucking ball, Jeffrey, if he just catches that ball, there's no doubt in every Philadelphia Eagles fan's mind that we were going to LA and we were going to trash the fucking Rams.
Oh, we were winning everything, Nate. We were going back.
We were going right back to the ball. And it didn't matter if we won. It was the fact that we were going to be in the game.
Yeah.
Because we were going back to back. So for me, I think that was 2019 because we won in 18, right?
18.
I'm sorry, 2018.
Yeah.
Thank you. In 2018, that Saints versus Eagles game in New Orleans.
Oh, when Jeffrey dropped the pass. Yeah.
He dropped, I think he was a 4th down. It was 4th down, right? It had to be
No, it was 3rd down, and it was 2
it
minutes.
It was 3rd and 2, yeah.
Yeah, and it was 2-minute warning.
Oh yeah, and he picked it, right? He picked it because it hit his hands.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
I was
Correct.
screaming, before they even threw it, I'm screaming my TV. Don't hike the ball. Like, just let it go to 2-minute warning. And they took the play anyway, because I'm thinking, okay, take a timeout.
They rushed it.
What you're going to do? Friggin' Alshon, like, I honestly believe.
It was open though, Ryan, right? Like,
I hear you.
Wide open. It was wide open. It was actually a smart decision to go.
Yes.
Yeah, it was a smart decision to go, right? Yeah.
I was like with Rye, like, slow it down, calm down. But then you
Yes.
don't want them to get in their defense. And he dropped it. Yo, P. Grant, first off, we care what everybody types. We just had a lot to talk about. We had a guest on. We get to everybody. So don't you do this to us. If we don't care what anybody types, why am I flashing all the fucking comments then? You know what I mean?
And Pete
So,
Grams, there's not one comment from you. That's the first comment from you, Pete Grams.
First
I've
one.
seen from him for
I
sure.
flashed every comment tonight. We haven't gotten to read them, many of them, because we've been flowing. But everybody's
Hey,
Pete
speaking
Graham,
of
if you
comments,
want your comment
John
come up,
Castiglione, I couldn't agree with you more.
Sign up, Pete Graham is $9.99, $10. Right, we're talking $10, not bi-weekly, not daily, not a weekly, a month, right? And if you and outside, I'm just talking for myself, but outside of all the great stuff that you get with the membership package, not just only the only streams, the shout outs, but the picks have paid for the year already. 2 weeks in a row, killing it. First week, I believe we were up almost 500 units, almost 5 units. This past week, I set it up guaranteed hedge for the membership team. I call it MTM, Money Team Membership.
Yeah, right, drop the link.
Right, where I think we were a hedge for plus 700. So you could have hedged it and guaranteed yourself $300-400 easy.
Done. You're paying for 2 years. You know what I mean?
It's already over.
2 years.
You've already won. You've already got your value. Come on,
listen,
man.
all our family over on YouTube, hit the A2D membership, $9.99 a month. The picks alone are worth it, and then you get discounted gear. You can come on here anytime you want and rant for 5 minutes, anytime. Not like the dial once a week. You want to come on? You want to come on Wednesday and rant for 5 minutes? It's open mic. You want to come on Friday, rant? Open mic, right? You want to come on Monday and rant with me and Ryan? Open mic. So it's open mic city. Open Mic City. You want to
man.
come on 5 minutes with Money Pot and thank them? You come on. It's open door policy, right? And you get all the other stuff. So get in there.
Yeah, no problem, PG. No problem, PG, man. Get in there, man. Just get in there. You know what I mean? I should have told more of the membership team about posting and tagging A2D Radio Money Pot podcast about some of the plays, and I'll do that moving forward to make sure that we get it out there. I say it all the time. I say it on my show. I say it on Wednesday. I show wait. Tell a friend to tell a motherfucking friend. Tell a friend to tell a motherfucking friend, man. I'm just giving
John Castiglione, we love having you.
Yeah, brother.
Yeah,
John's great. John's all over. John knew.
Yeah, John's always on it.
John knew the benefit right away, and he jumped in. I hope you got gear, John. I hope you're getting gear, and you guys are all using all the promo codes that we give out, not only for our gear, but the fact that we got promo codes for Body Check, wellness.com, which is great, and we got promo codes for Manscaped. So soak it all in, enjoy it, enjoy your time.
Noah, fellas, that's my time, man. I'm gonna get out of here, man. Remember, new time on Sundays, 10 a.m. Money Pot podcast, and he was talking about gear. Money Pot has new gear coming, just to show love to the A2D family. We got the black and gold colors coming, the gray and gold colors coming, just to show some love, man. And then we're going to support Tom. I know Tom's doing some things with the guys on the boardwalk that lost their shop. So we're going to match the same thing, giving back to the community, always giving back some of the proceeds to help them rebuild their shop, man. So make sure you stay a lookout for that, for the new Money Pot gear that is coming.
Great shit, bro.
Tom, Ralph, Frank. Oh, you stayed up with us all night, baby. 10 o'clock. You got to get
Oh, yeah. I'm ready to roll.
I love it. Ryan.
Effort than Simmons.
See you, boys. 10 o'clock. Remember, Money Pot, man. You fucking crumb bums. I'm out of here.
Later, my brother.
See you.
Later.
Mr. Eaton, who has brought more effort than Ben Simmons tonight because usually he falls asleep, and he said, you know what? You know what happens with Noah? When you mention Eagles stuff, Noah will be up all night. You know what I mean?
Yeah, my ears perk up just a little bit more. I ain't going to lie. You know that, maybe a couple loggers and a couple yards, and I'm good.
What's your number 4, mister? Or are we at number 4 or number 5?
4.
Yeah.
4.
All right, you ready for this one? I'm going way back. I was only 10 years old. Game 6, 93 World Series, Joe fucking Carter.
No, I expected that to be up there. I just couldn't. It wasn't a part of my list because I wasn't here yet. I was still 3 years away.
It was sentimental to me because I was 10. You know what I'm saying?
I thought you were going to say because you were there.
So wrong. You're so wrong. So wrong.
I was there in Toronto when Whamco did it.
I was 11, and we weren't the better team. The way you lost sucks, but we weren't the better team.
And I hear you, and I know Mitchie Poo was out of gas by the time we got to Toronto, by the time we got to the World Series, but I don't know.
You're right. It hurt though. It still does.
It hurt. Correct me if I'm wrong. Did you go to one of those World Series games up in Toronto, Tommy?
Did I? No.
Yeah.
I wish I did.
Okay.
I wish.
Yeah, that would have been quite an experience.
Yeah,
I mean, they had a hotel at the old Sky Dome. Huh?
Yeah. Game 7 walk-off sets you up for failure for a while. You know what I mean? that sets you up for a while.
I mean,
what you're in for. And
think of it this game. Think of it this way: we had the Game 6 walk-off loss, and then the next fucking year is the goddamn strike, and then we went in the complete toilet forever.
Yep, this is crazy.
I mean, the rest of the '90s was the complete, utter last place, 30 game out toilet.
Drac. Mr. Ralphie Poo.
Mine is the same as Nate's, the 2018 divisional game against the Saints.
Okay.
Just because of the fact that the way the Eagles started, 14-0, right? And then the heartbreak there when they lose the lead, and then it's the Eagles. They bring you back in.
Trayvon fucking LeBlanc picked off a pass.
Yeah, and then Alshon Jeffrey drops that pass. And the funny thing is that my ass was already down the hallway because I thought they were taking it to the 2-minute warning that to go get more fruit punch. And I hear off of Jeffrey's hand, it's intercepted. I never ran so fast back to my room. I almost did like a 4-1, 4-1-40, and the heartbreak's right there. So that's my number 4.
All right.
So that's 2 votes. Or Frank, you didn't vote for the Kawhi thing. You had that 3, right?
I had that 3.
Okay, so that means there's 3 for the Kawhi bounce and then 2 for the 2018 Saints loss. So that means by default, should we put the Kawhi bounce 4 and then the 2018 5?
Yeah, but I would just put all. I would find somewhere to put all the where are we putting all the Eagles losses at?
We could put that where we had the Panthers.
What, 3?
Yeah.
Yeah, they all fucking hurt.
Yeah, so 3, they got to go 2. And do we have to almost drop? You know what I mean? We almost have to drop the Phillies 11 to 3.
I got a plan.
No. I just gave you the fucking plan.
Yeah, I was just saying, Frank, what plan do you have?
I put 3. I changed 3 to the 2000s Eagles championship game.
No, that's not what he's saying. He's saying, should he bump it over the Phillies? That's the plan.
Yeah, I should put the whole 4 losses above the Phillies, and the Phillies should be 3rd in our overall list. It just makes more sense.
I agree. I agree with that because at least in that Phillies run, we got a World Series out of it. That streak of Eagles losses and all. I mean, it was basically the entire Andy Reid era. You could.
Yeah, it was failure. It was failure. Yeah. It sucked. It was like, all right, we're right there again. Here we are again. It was Groundhog's Day. So yeah. I think they have to go 2, and that has to go 3, and then 4 can be.
The Kawhi bounce.
Kawhi bounce is 4, and then we're on 5 now, right?
And should we put 5 as the 2018 Alshon drop?
Yeah, we can go back to the well. Yep.
Because we really can't group that with all the other Eagles losses because that's a different group. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, this is after another. This is after not another. But this is after a Super Bowl win. So you're you know what I mean? You're feeling better about yourselves. So then 6.
This is where it gets tricky.
I think it has to be Flyers in 2010.
It has to be. I forgot that wasn't even on our. Yeah, because I have that 3, so that has to be up there.
I actually have the Stanley Cup Game 6 as 6 as well.
Ralph, you had that 1, right?
Yeah, Ralph had a 1.
Yeah, I had that 1. Yep.
Yeah, so that's got to go 6.
6, and then everybody's agreement there, right? And then 7.
I'll give a write-in.
I would say the 2000 for me personally would be the 2010 NLDS against the Giants.
Okay.
The fact that Roy Halladay did that in the first series against the Reds, and then Game 6, Uribe hits that freaking opposite field home run, and it's like, Jesus, here we go again. Here we go. And then everybody's saying, oh, maybe next year we can do it, because it's the typical Philadelphia thing to say, maybe next year. We got it next year.
I'll give it a little different one here. I'm going 0-4 Flyers Game 7 loss to Tampa Bay Lightning.
God damn it. That was my next one. Jesus Christ.
Because for 2 reasons. One, back then, Flyers were actually 1 for me as far as ranking the teams. The Flyers were my team back then.
Yeah.
That loss and what followed the next year. Do you guys remember what happened the next year?
Yeah, the lockout.
The lockout.
There was a lockout.
Strike.
Yeah.
So to right in peak, what were we then, Ralphie? I was 8. We were 8 then.
Yeah, 8, 9 years old. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So 8-year-old, hardcore Flyers, big time fan, ending in heartbreak, and then the strike for a year. I never me as a hockey fan, never recovered from that. So I'm not expecting that to be high up on many people's list, but for me, that was heartbreaking in the moment, and that shattered how I was a hockey fan going forward because of how that sat with me for almost 2 years and never getting back to that point until 2010.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's like the mid '90s with a lot of baseball fans, Ryan. After this, the strike in '94, and you lost half of August, all of September, and all the postseason.
The Legion of
And
Doom
really,
they,
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
the Legion of Doom team factors into it too. That was like my young days,
Yeah.
right? So that one
Right.
factored well. I mean, my 6, I guess, would have to be that Giants loss for the Phillies.
Gotcha. Okay.
That's fair.
Because again, you're in that span of like you're better than the teams you're playing, right? You're in that like span, and again, just didn't get it done. Didn't get it fucking done. It was like the pressure was too much after they won to get it done. So that's mine.
Frank?
My 6, I have the Stanley Cup Finals from 2010.
Okay, but that's already on our list, right?
That's
already,
okay. He can have it. We don't have to change that up. He
Okay.
can just have a pass on it. It's not
Okay.
going to get in. You know what I mean? It's not going to win it. So
So majority, it would go to the Giants then. Giants Phils, 2010.
Yep.
Okay.
Another bad loss. 7. I see 7. You could go. Like I said, you could go. I'll go 93 Phillies then. Me. I mean, other people probably going to go different things, but that's just what I would go 7.
Mine 7 is the Eagles Packers wild card game from that year, 2010. Just because of the fact that
that's right.
we were coming off obviously the NFC Championship game, and then the stuff with Donovan and Michael and trading Donovan, and that whole year Michael Vick is playing unreal, and Kevin Cobb got injured the first game against Green Bay and brings you in, and then good old Riley Cooper doesn't want to jump for the ball in the corner, and then obviously gets picked off him, and another heartbreaking loss for the Eagles. But
this is where I had Giants Phils 2010.
Gotcha.
And for my 7, I'm going with a different wild card game. I'm going with the most recent wild card game that we were at against the Seattle Seahawks, where Jadeveon Clowney was a dirty hit, knocking out Carson Wentz from the game, and basically the beginning of the end of Carson Wentz's time in Philadelphia.
Yeah, Ralphie, Jake, and I were at that game.
correct.
And I was there too.
Yep.
Ralphie, can you find that
that's
video,
right.
please? Can you find the video of Noah in the stands?
Oh, that was at the Washington game. Yeah. I can find it. That was the Monday night
When
game.
you find it, play it, please.
Oh, you don't have one at me at the playoff game against Seattle?
No, just the one with the Washington one.
It's
No, just
actually
the Washington.
no.
man.
It's actually it's probably not a bad thing that we don't have footage of you from that game. It's probably a good thing.
Yeah, I hear you.
Noah, what would you have as your next most heartbreaking moment?
Oh, shit. I'm an old man. I've had a lot of them. But, damn. Yeah, that's a great question. Well, I already mentioned the 93 Phillies.
That's really where that should fall. 93 should fall here.
Right. Nah, I hear you. I mean, I was 10 and, up until that year, I only remembered the Phillies sucking. You know what I mean?
Well, think about this, Noah. I mean, we talk about, and granted, I mean, I was -3, so I don't know what it was like in the moment.
Right.
But we talk about 2011, and we talk about how that was the last time we got to the playoffs. Well, the last time since. We haven't been there since. So, correct. I mean, I'm fairly certain of this. From 93 to 07, we didn't make the playoffs.
No.
Right?
No.
Correct.
No.
So that was the last.
And most years we didn't even come close.
Yeah, so that was the last taste of postseason baseball for 14 plus years.
Well,
So
I thought
feel
I
like
already
that's gotta be
mentioned.
up
I already thought I mentioned 1-0 beforehand. I forget how far back, but
No. I hear you. I was just reiterating why 93 is really big. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
But-
it's it just shows how feeble, such, you had 10 or 12 years of real feeble, piss poor baseball. I mean, remember, people these days, if you talk to like a 30-year-old dude on the street who's a big sports fan and you mention Terry Francona, he'll say, "Oh yeah, sure, he led that Red Sox team in '04, right?" You know what I mean?
Mhm.
But if you ask me, I'll be like, "Yo, yeah, sure. He was the schmo who was here in fucking from 95 or 96 or whatever to 2000, and there was a bunch of last place finishes."
All right, so let's put 93 in this one. So that's 7, Frank.
Sure.
No, are we at 7?
We are at 7. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
You know what? Go ahead. What?
No, I got quite. I've been around a bit. We've had quite a few disappointing postseason finishes, to say the least. My goodness. Look at, I know I can't realistically say that any of them Buddy Ryan teams would have won the Super Bowl, but look at how many playoff games he lost. Not only lost, but lost at home. You know what I'm saying?
No,
when
that's fair.
in theory, we were the better team. I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, but go back to 1991. I believe we lost to the Redskins at home.
Well, how old were you, Noah, in '88 Fog Bowl?
I was 5.
Okay, so that really doesn't hit.
Right, but
doesn't do anything for you.
Say it again, Tom.
I was 6, and it didn't do anything for me.
Okay.
No. Yeah,
some of the Eagles, to his point, through them '90s years, were tough because you thought, for all those reasons.
I hate to say it, most of the early '90s where we got blown out by the Cowboys in multiple postseason games. To be honest, we didn't even really think we had a chance going into it. You know what I mean?
Well, it's kind of a good transition. Where do you guys rank 2001 Sixers Lakers as far as heartbreak? I know where the genius on the left ranks it, but I'm not going to ask him right now. So
I hear you. Well, after AI stepped over Ty Lue, you take a 1-0 series lead, you'd think, all right, we got a shot in this series, and then to lose 4 in a row, it's like, well, all right, we had a nice run, but it was really AI and a bunch of role players,
Yeah, it was like grit and toughness and.
Right.
You were almost happy you got
defensive-minded.
Yeah, you were happy you got there.
But
real.
You weren't stopping Shaq and Kobe.
No. So it was just a happy you got there thing. Right?
Right.
And if you remember,
it was a nice run, and they were a great team. But
it was an okay team. It was one guy.
Right, but you know what I mean. I'm sorry. It was a great experience. It was a great time watching them, but you knew you weren't beating Shaq and Kobe.
Yeah, exactly. And you watch the guy take over in the playoffs and win you series in AI, who made big shot after big shot in the postseason and was dropping like 50 a night against Milwaukee. Remember that Milwaukee series went 7? They all went 7, right? They all went 7. So that was like a phenomenal run. It was a phenomenal run. So, no, it's a good one. It's one.
AI was everything that Ben Simmons was supposed to be this year.
Yep. That's where I was
Does that make sense?
He shot in the fourth quarter. He shot in the fourth quarter. Plenty.
But you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Ralph, what's your next most heartbreaking moment?
Is Frank said it is the NFC wildcard game against Seattle.
Tom?
Yeah, that was the end. That was the end of the Wentz era as we knew it.
8.
Yep.
I think we're at 8.
I would say, you know what? This year, Eagles. This year, Eagles. There was hope. There was like this hope that, okay, Carson could get back to what he was, right? There was hope coming into this year. And it's heartbreak because everything went wrong. Everything that could possibly go wrong went wrong. Everything to the point where you said, all right, we're going to eat the money. And I'm fine with the deal. I'm fine with everything that happened. I'm over it, right? But it's still heartbreak because you were like, okay, if our O-line's healthy, right? It's the same shit. It's the same shit. The same shit.
Right.
And we weren't just bad. We were atrocious. We were fucking atrocious. So we all had this team 10, 11, maybe some had 9 coming into the year. But a lot of people thought that Carson Wentz would rebound. A lot of people did. There's plenty of people out there. If you polled it, there'd be people out there that think that he could get back to form. Everybody
guys, disagree with me if you want, but heading into the 2021 season, really, I ain't gonna lie. The highlight's gonna be whoever's traveling to Vegas to see them play the Raiders for the experience of watching the Eagles in Vegas and taking in
year.
Vegas.
That's this year.
Right.
I was talking about last year.
Last year, we had expectations that were higher than what came out. Let's all be real.
Right.
We all thought it was us and the Cowboys for the division. Everybody thought that. And to be actually 90 times worse than what people thought they were going to be. And there's going to be people out there. I saw Ryan shaking his head that had it different, and that's fine. But the majority is what I'm talking about. And when I'm talking about the majority of the fan base really thought that this was going to be a year that we go back to the playoffs and Carson not only plays a playoff game but wins one, right? A lot of people thought that was the expectations. So when you talk about expectations on a poll majority, that was a huge heartbreak because not only did you stink, you fucking had to trade the guy. So everything blew up. You fired your coach. You know what I mean? I won a Super Bowl here.
Well,
as
far as residual effects, absolutely heartbreak. And no, like it doesn't land for me. It doesn't land for me because we argued about it back in September and August. I was out on this team, but even me having lower expectations, they still
do that a lot though. You do that a lot.
Not with the Eagles. I never have. This was the first year where I was out on them.
Yeah, I'm saying, but you do that a lot with the other teams. Like, you know what I mean? You're out sometimes thinking that they might not be as good as they are, and I know why you do it. Because you set yourself up. If they're better, then you feel good about yourself.
That's not true at all. I'm
not saying feel like you with the Sixers, from what I've witnessed over times doing shows, I've always had them a little bit lower than some other teams.
This was before this year. That's absolutely not true because I was saying parade or bust the last 3 years.
All right,
that's not true.
No, I thought you were just anti on purpose to try to hope good things.
No.
I'm trying to give you credit, and you get
no. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. I'm not gonna. You know what I'm saying? If I'm wrong, then that's one thing. I'm not gonna hide behind like, oh, I'm being negative on purpose.
Because some people are like me.
Hey, Ryan, you weren't the only one. Don't worry about it. I mean, I didn't
like me are 1 and 2 seed guys all the time. Like, oh, winning division guys, 11 win guys. 50 win teams for basketball, right? Flyers going to the finals, right? Like, you know what I mean? I'm always glass half full, right? So I'm different. So it always bites me. That's all.
But I would say
might go the other way.
Regardless of if I had them at 7 wins, 8 wins, they won freaking 4 games.
Yeah,
4 games. So it's heartbreaking. It was a disaster. It was
the end of an era, Ryan. It's the end of the Super Bowl era, and what we like. It's like the same with Ben almost. Yeah. If he doesn't get traded, then it's like another year of it. But if he gets traded, it's like an end of what we thought, right? And it's crazy because you even said the other day, like if you look back 5 years ago, these two guys were like the big parts of our franchises.
They were like the sure things because everyone talked about with Simmons and Wentz. It was like, oh, well, maybe they're 1 and 2, not 2 and 3 behind Embiid because Embiid had the injury stuff. And I'm talking pre-Carson, like ACL. I'm talking because I'm sure people were typing, oh, Carson's injury prone. I'm talking before that. I'm talking about mid-season 2017. We're talking about Ben Simmons and Carson Wentz at the top of this friggin' city. And Embiid's right there. And the fact that 2 out of the 3 of them are I mean, one of them's gone. The other one should be gone and probably will be gone. This city's been shelled. So like I said, I don't disagree at all with the mindset of what you're saying. I just didn't think of that because, like, when you think of heartbreak, you think of, okay, you have a run of success, then boom. But in season. But to your point, this whole organization and that core with Peterson and Wentz and et cetera, Alshon Jeffrey, the expectations with Deshaun Jackson, they were some friggin' high we were talking about this team being better than 2017.
Yeah, we thought this defense. We talked about everything. We just came off a playoff berth where Carson got hurt, and if he played, we probably win. So like expectations were still there. So in terms of like everything that happened, I just got cute and figured, I'll throw that in there. So that's all.
It's fair. It's fair. Ralphie,
this is number 8
boys,
for me, right?
I got a call tonight.
Yeah,
right,
I'm going
Noah.
with you
All right,
soon,
Noah.
Noah.
Yeah.
All right. Take care, boys. Great show.
later, brother.
You,
See
brother.
you, Noah.
Later.
Yeah, Simmons Jr. here. I do what I can.
Yeah, you're great. Listen, you're an energy effort guy. Never can take that away from you. Don't let everybody ever say anything different. You're the best.
All right. Thanks, brother. Be good.
You too. Later.
See you, Noah.
And a
Later.
real quick update: Atlanta up 96-94 against Milwaukee 6 minutes to go here in the fourth. So just to keep an eye on that one. That's where that stands.
Ralphie?
This might be a little bit different. I don't know if it's heartbreaking or anything like that, but I know they were a young team and they finally made the playoffs. But I'm gonna go 2007 Phillies Rockies wild card. Getting swept, obviously. Yeah, getting swept, and then obviously the Rockies go on to the World Series, and then they get swept by the Red Sox. So that's my number 8.
Go on.
Frank, can you read us what we have so far, our first top 7?
Okay. The top 7 so far, we have the Sixers versus Hawks from this season.
Oh, how'd I call a foul there? Jesus.
Number 2, we have the 2000s Eagles championship game losses, both in conference and in Super Bowl 39. Number 3, we have the 2011 NLDS versus the St. Louis Cardinals, Game 5. Number 4, the the 2010 Flyers Stanley Cup Finals versus the Chicago Blackhawks. Number 5, the Eagles versus Saints divisional round from 2019. Number 6, the 2010 NLCS versus the Giants, and the number 7, the 1993 World Series against the Toronto Blue Jays.
So what should we put 8 here, Ralph? So you're going with the sweep of the Phillies.
Yeah, 2007. Yep.
Frank, what's your vote for 8?
Well,
Even
if mine was already done, my number 8 was the NLCS Game 6 against the Giants.
Okay, but what's your highest one remaining? Is my question.
My highest one remaining?
Yeah, like what would you put 8 that hasn't been used already?
The end of the era is good. I'm telling you,
It's up there.
Yeah, the wild card game. I mean, I have the wild card game as my highest remaining.
2021 Eagles season.
I mean,
And what transpired after?
Yeah, I would put that, Frank. 8, I would put 2021 Eagles.
hmm,
The only thing
practically.
and again, this is me, but I truly believe the 04 loss to Tampa Bay for the Flyers should be in the top 10. Ralphie, I think you had that somewhere in here also.
Put it 9.
Yeah.
I actually have that one at 10 for me.
Did we have the 93 Phillies in there, right?
Yes, that's 7.
Yes.
That's 7. I think the Flyers 9, and then what do we have left for 10?
It's either wild card in 2020 for Eagles when Carson got hurt.
Yeah, I would do that one just because of the fact that Carson finally got to the playoffs, right? He finally got there and was actually the starting quarterback of the playoffs. And then that hit that hit occurs, and then the rest is history.
Would you put Flyers bubble over that? I'm not saying I would. I just know John said that earlier. Flyers game 7 bubble.
Damn, that is tough.
I don't want to go Flyers back to back though.
Yeah.
I think you can go 0-1 Sixers if you wanted to. That's heartbreak because it still is. You know, even though you lost to the better team.
Didn't the Flyers get swept in the finals in like 99 or something?
Yeah.
Yeah, 97. Yeah.
The Legion of Doom one should be 9, honestly.
Yeah.
The Legion of Doom
Against Detroit, yeah. Yep.
because of the expectations there.
Okay.
That's just my opinion.
No, I agree. I'm just trying to think of any other 90s ones because, again, it's fuzzy for me.
Yeah. See,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
No, there isn't any really of substance. I would say you could go for 10.
It's either 0-1 or it's that Flyers 0-4 to me.
It's 0-1. It's 0-1 Sixers.
Yeah.
It's 0-1 Sixers to get them back on the list somewhere. And you can even make an executive change and change all the Eagles' losses in title games to 1 because it's a group of them. You know what I mean? You could make the argument that should be really 1 because it's a group effort.
Yep.
And it's multiple years of missed opportunity.
Yep.
Yeah, because you could say, I mean, I know dynasty's thrown around a lot that, you know, we were the dynasty of the NFC title games. You know what I'm saying? As far as getting there.
All the time. All right, boys. That was fun.
Yeah.
Do we got anything else tonight?
Nothing, but the Islanders just tied it up at 2 with 8 minutes left, trying to force a game 7. So
what's this Bucks score? I want to say go Bucks, but I hate both teams.
I think last time Tommy said they were losing.
I think it's tied up, or they gave him a fucking shit foul call recently. Don, we love you, baby. You get on that membership, baby. Where you at? You got the number 1 pick. Things are going well for you. Let Nate and Willie Vegas win you a couple bucks. Atlanta up 2. Milwaukee's got the ball. Tie game.
Don, I will give you Ben Simmons for Jeremy Grant in that lottery pick. That's a great deal. Do it.
Oh, well, I got everybody. Hold on a second. Well, I got everybody.
Uh-oh.
You got something. No, I got something good for people. So if you become part of this giveaway we got going on over here at A2D, is if you become an A2D member over on YouTube, you get entered in the giveaway, and we're going to be doing these all the time, weekly. Got a Harper Blue Phillies, freaking tight. Mitchell Ness. No, Majestic, sorry. It's a Majestic. Double X, okay? They're all double X's. We got, sadly, a Ben Simmons one, a red Sixers. But I got more on the way. I got a Maxey on the way.
Nice.
So there's plenty. I got Devontae Smith on the way. I know who people like. Got a Ben red one, Nike, solid, and we got the big fella Joe in the City Edition.
Nice.
So all these, if you become an A2D member or you already are, all right, you get entered in. So all you got to do is it'll come up here, and we can check the members on the back end. So it'll come up, and you get entered to win these, and we're gonna be doing these all the freaking time. And listen, we're making. I said from the beginning about this membership, the A2D membership on YouTube. If we're gonna do it, we're gonna do it right, and we're gonna make sure there's a lot to give away and a lot to take care of you. So this is just part of the package that we're gonna be doing. So enjoy it. We're even gonna be doing, some tickets. When Eagle season rolls around, we're gonna do some fun things. So you can enter there. The link's right in the comment section on YouTube. Become a member, fam. Become a member before we leave tonight, and we're leaving in a minute or two. So come on, we can play the whole drum roll. I love playing the drum roll for the people. Let me play the drum roll. All right, Jeremy, all you gotta do is become an A2D member. Click on that link. $9.99 a month, right? You get picks. You get gambling picks, right? You make the money right back. Everybody's making money. Right? You come on shows. We give you shout outs all the fucking time. I mean, come on, we're doing everything. You get discounted A2D merch, right? And you already get promo codes with Manscaped, right? Use that promo code A2D. Okay, you get promo codes with Body Check. Use it. You got tons of stuff.
So,
Todd,
so
you can pay for 10 members. God, you go. Todd, you subscribe. You go. Guess how many times you go to Spain? I mean, goddamn, Nate's gonna have you living in Spain. You make so much damn money. You end up living in Spain. You got a house in Spain, house here. You be in real estate next thing you know, Todd. Click on the link, guys. Let's go. Yusuf, why? Come on, baby. You guys spend $9.99 a month on stupid ass shit all the time, right? This is to help us grow, and we're doing it for you. Let's go, baby. Let's go.
By the way, Yusuf, what he's talking about, he slides in my DMs the other day with that picture. Freaking Sammy Cassell with Bradley Beal.
Fuck
Yusuf. I almost friggin' blocked you, Yusuf. I almost friggin' blocked you. And joke's on you, because those two will be together, but Beal will be in friggin' Sixers jersey. How about that? Probably not.
That'd be fun.
Probably not, though.
Todd says he's trying. Come on, guys. I'm about to log off. Some of you son of bitches, Don, Todd. Right? Get in here. Get in here, Jeremy. We see you. There's a lot of comments. Dave Brown, David Roska. Come on, Benny Nation. Omar, what are you guys doing? Look, I still don't see one. It's unbelievable. You think you know, guys? And Milwaukee up 105-98 now with 4 minutes to go.
Good.
Smoke them. So this
How many games do you see this going, by the way, Tom?
They're going ticky-tack shit. What?
How many games do you see this series going?
I think it goes 6, honestly. I know I said 4 coming in, but they might put up a fight. 5 or 6, right in that range. Right now.
Ralphie?
Bucks and 6.
Frank?
Yeah, and I got Bucks right too. Sorry.
No, I figured. Yeah, I'll go Bucks and 6. And you see that other series?
Absolutely.
I mean, I know you're rooting for the Clippers, right, Ralphie? Clippers?
No shot.
Why? That's LA, right?
Well, right. Remember, I did have the Clippers in the Western Conference Finals when we did it all.
You did.
For some reason. But no, I mean, Phoenix playing great basketball. But guess what? Clippers been down 2-0 in every series. So, if that's a trend, that'll be funny.
Yeah, they have.
I can see the Clippers just for the doc, for us just getting more in the face, more pie in the face, that the Clippers somehow beat them. And it's just more pie in the face about us as Sixers fans. So that's how I look at everything. Yeah. So it'll be fun. Yeah.
I agree with you, Tom. I still think that series goes 6.
Well, does Kawhi make an appearance? Right. I mean, that's the biggest question mark.
Well, dude, it's so weird because they were saying at first it was an ACL tear or it was an ACL injury, and then all of a sudden they're saying it's just a knee sprain. So I don't know if it's an ACL or if it's just an
well, you know what that sprain. Is. You know how I take that, Ralph, is that they don't care what the hell it is, but maybe they're going to try and get him back.
Yeah, because remember this is his last year. This is his last year there. This is it, and then he enters free agency again.
What do you mean, future Dallas Maverick, Kawhi Leonard? You mean?
That's fine. That's fine.
Yeah, it's not gonna be fine when they beat you in the first round.
Yeah, Yusuf, it shouldn't go more than 5. Suns, Clippers, but the MO to Clippers, they're tough. They're tough either way. So I mean, I think when they go home, they're gonna, they could win 2 games at home. They could. Listen, Reggie, I don't hate Trey. I'm hurt. Okay, Reggie. I'm fucking hurt. Can I be hurt, Reggie? Again? Did a whole show about heartbreak. Christ. No new members. People need to pound the like, subscribe. Wanted to see a member before I left here. It's unbelievable. Think guys, Don. I hope Kate Cunningham stinks now. I hope he stinks. Stinks.
I hope you draft Kuminga.
Yeah. I hope you reach. Give a reach. Give us a reach one time now. But listen, fam, yeah, get into the membership. It's in the comments, it's in the description, it's everywhere. We love you all for chiming in tonight. You guys help drive the fucking show all the time. Nate was on with us. No Greg tonight. We had the great Noah Eaton. Don, I love you. We had the great Noah Eaton on, obviously, tonight. And we had Frank Vespi, Ryan Brotto, Ralph Delvecchio. I'm Tom Arnott. You guys are all the people. I was trying to stretch. I was stretching for a membership, Rye. It was a membership stretch. 107, 103 Atlanta.
This is going to end in a buzzer beater, by the way.
Trey, 3, miss. Out on Atlanta. Milwaukee ball. Get into the picks, babe. You get in the back end here on the memberships, you get all the picks. I know it's your favorite show, Don. Become a member. Get more. When we're giving more, I'll even start getting Detroit jerseys for you. All right? I'll take care of you.
We'll make the pick for you. You don't even need your GM. We'll make the pick for you.
You become a member, I'll get you a Kate Cunningham jersey. All right? Deal. You become a member right now, I'll get you a Kate Cunningham jersey.
It might be a Cade Cunningham Cleveland Cavaliers jersey, but they don't draft him. But
all right, deal? Let's go, Don. You can't get a better deal than that, babe. Milwaukee.
Don? Evan Mobley, Don?
By the way.
Maybe Don wants Evan Mobley, Tom. Maybe he's a Mobley guy.
Oh, and one. Going to the line. 107, 105, Milwaukee.
Freaking Pat Connaughton.
I know.
Pat Connaughton is in the Eastern Conference Finals, but not us.
Todd, what jersey you want, babe? Come on, you guys. While we're finishing off a little bit of this game here. Finishing it off.
Wow, see Pat Connaughton, Ralphie? That's a Ben Simmons stat line. 2 points, 1 for 5.
Yep.
That makes his free throw. So
he's officially better than Ben Simmons.
Yep, officially better.
I just want to. I meant to ask you this, Tom, and I'll just ask you this real quick. Your initial best name you think we could get out of Ben Simmons in a trade, realistic but best player in a trade, and I want that from all 4 of you guys in the chat.
I think the Aaron Fox level, a guy who might not be happy where he is, and the deals match up. Like the Aaron Fox, Zach LaVine, where situations could actually make sense. I have to look at what San Antonio has, because if they have some things on their roster, I could always see that too. But I don't know what they have on their roster that's worthy enough, right? Because I look at it as I got to get a Fox back, right?
Yeah, you got to get something back.
Yeah, I'd rather have Fox and LaVine, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
But I got to get that kind of level, and I think Fox is better. But I have to get that kind of guard play ability to score.
Yep.
And maybe I don't get that. Maybe that becomes the guy that's already here in Tyrese Maxey, right? So maybe I don't have to go out and get that. Maybe they're going to move him to the 4, like we talked about, right? So maybe nothing happens. But that's where if they did make a move, that's the guy I hone in on. Kobe White's not making enough money, or I would look at him because I know he's unhappy in Chicago.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like they got stank and loser all over them over there. So I'll go to the Aaron Fox is the guy I want.
Ralphie.
Young, shooting you out of games, lucky rebound. Oh my God. 3-ball, miss, another rebound.
Jesus,
but that's my type of guy. Collins for 3, good. Yep. You have 45 fucking rebounds. That's what's gonna happen.
23 and 15 for Collins tonight. My goodness.
But Anthony, they won't give up Halliburton because they love him. So you go after Fox because Fox is the odd man out now. That's what you do.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead, guys.
Well, Tom, to answer your question real quick, this is the current roster of, at least because they have a lot of free agents, the Spurs. Their top guy is because DeMar DeRozan's a free agent, Rudy Gay's a free agent, and Patty Mills a free agent. So they're the top 3 biggest money guys. So then you've got DeJounte Murray, who's 3 years at $15.2 million. You've got Derek White. You've got Jakob Poeltl, Marco Bellinelli, Trey Lyles, Lonnie Walker, Vassell. Got Keldon Johnson. So it'd probably be friggin'
DeJounte Murray and a couple picks.
No, I'm good.
Yeah. I like DeJounte, and he's similar to Ben to where he's defense, but he doesn't really shoot the 3 ball. But Ralphie, what do you, as a non-Sixers fan, what do you think the best offer is that you can get as far as a player?
Well, if I'm the Sixers, I want at least something. I want at least a young guy or an all-star type player back. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not going to give you Ben Simmons and get the pile and I'll get a pile of shit back for him. You know what I mean? And I know, people are out there like asking you now, but I think I still like I said at the beginning of the show, I think if there's a team out there that can say to themselves, listen, we can bring this guy in, we can fix him, and I'll give up whatever I want, whatever we want for him, then make it happen. But I mean, and I saw, a lot of CJ McCollum trades as well too. If that does happen, listen, Dame is gone, dude. Okay, Dame will be the first one out the door in Portland if that trade goes down. If Ben and Dame are on the same team.
Why? Because they both need the ball.
Both need the ball. Yeah.
It's a shame. It's a shame.
Not good enough to be in this trade conversation.
Exactly. And he's what, 30, 31 years old, almost making the same amount of money as Ben too.
He's inconsistent too. He's inconsistent.
Yeah, Ben's almost like, all right, whatever. I'll just take Ben over him. But the Aaron Foxy, Troy, I wouldn't make all them deals. Like, I don't need to do all that. No. But if you wanted to try to get me Hield and Fox and I could figure out a way to do that, sure. But I mean, I don't know. I mean, I'm good with just the Simmons for Fox and calling it a day. You know what I mean? Like, I don't even need to do more than that. I don't need nothing back from you guys. We gooch.
Yeah, because De'Aaron's making $28 million for 5 years. So that would be within the Ben Simmons thing. Because I think Simmons is making 30. Yeah, no, I'm sorry. He's making 33. So you could do 1 for 1.
Like, literally the only way I can see that if that CJ trade does go down is if Portland just enters free, the offseason after this whole entire season's done and just blows it up, and get rid of Dame and they get rid of CJ and they just blow it up and they hope for the best and they get whatever they can get.
Yeah, and I know Portland. I know looking at Portland, I mean, they got a lot of club options on their team as well.
Like Fox is, Fox averaged 25 a game this year. So
yeah, and he's starting to shoot the 3 ball too. He's exactly what you need. He's a killer. He's young. You have years of control with him. It's not one of those things where, you're trained for a guy who's friggin' 32. He's only getting better. Like, he hasn't even been close to reaching his peak.
No, he's got better every year.
He's a flat out worker.
11, 17, 21, 25. Every year his numbers are going up. So
on a shitty ass Sacramento team.
Yeah,
and he literally has nobody around him. Insane.
Yeah, I mean, that's why I don't want the Buddy Hield. I don't want their whole team. Like, I want to keep the bias in this situation, make him the third option where he should be, right? And now I'm creating things for Joel Embiid. I bring Danny back. I still have Maxey, right? So Maxey can come off my bench and give me sparks, right? Because he's still young.
Yeah.
No, he could be a great 6-man for me because he does that role great, right? So, I mean, there's ways you can look at it where he doesn't have to start. You make your bench, right? What's killed us is actually make our bench some substance. If Doc wants to fucking sub out the city, I need guys that can come in on the sub out the cities. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I got to get my bench deeper. You got to play to your coach, right? And you got to play to your talent.
So Don talks about Jeremy Grant, and I think that is a possibility. And I guess I guess he would play the 3 for us because Tobias is at the 4. Or either way, it doesn't really matter. But he's only making $20 million, so you would have to add in another player to where, could it be Jeremy Grant? And I mean, I'm looking here. You have Dennis Smith who's getting paid. Oh no, he's a free agent. Then you've got Corey Joseph who's getting paid 12, Plumlee who's getting paid 8.
What for Ben?
Yeah.
No, I'm not doing that.
No.
You're not doing that.
You want an all-star type player back.
Yeah,
you should want an all-star type player back.
I'm getting
Jeremy was almost an all-star. Jeremy was.
I think the De'Aaron Fox trade makes the most sense.
Oh, I
makes the most sense for both sides.
That's my number one option. It's
him. Mine too. Mine too. It's almost like the Aaron or bust.
Yeah.
Because I'm like,
at this point,
I'll sit out. I'll sit it out.
And he would be like, if you look at that, he would be perfect. Ben, that is, with Halliburton and Harrison Barnes, and then I guess Marvin Bagley. I mean, who knows? I mean, he's still there.
Yeah, well, listen, Ben Simmons is a great regular season player, so he's going to put them in the playoffs.
And they don't defend. The Sacramento doesn't defend. They need defense. They need defense and flat out playmakers. That's what he would do. He'd be perfect for them.
And look at Giannis, right? Like, gets fouled at the end of the game here and goes and makes 2 needed ones, right? And it's like, what do you do in the crunch time? And they're going to foul, and then they're probably going to make both their free throws, and then you're playing the can Milwaukee make a 3?
I'm just looking here.
So, Spidey, some people would, though. There's people out there that would because they have disgruntled guys, and they know that, okay, I'm going to win in the regular season at least.
Mm-hmm.
Or I can fix them, or I can get them right.
Would you do?
Yeah, it all depends on what team is out there that can say, if I can fix him, I'll give whatever I want up for him.
Mm-hmm.
And there's always a team out there that always, reels themselves in on that conversation.
There's no way Sacramento would do 1-for-1, though, right?
No,
I don't.
I don't think they would.
Maybe throw a pick in that.
I was gonna say, do we put our first round pick in? I mean, I know it's 28, but still, maybe a future pick. You're throwing Shake Milton, friggin' Matisse, or no? I'd throw Matisse Thybulle. That's what I would do. And I'll take somebody that's making low money for them. That way, it odds it out.
Mm-hmm.
No,
give him Ben Simmons and Matisse Thybulle.
Yeah, no parts of D-Lo. No, thank you. No rats. But yeah, I mean, whatever. I'm not giving him a maxi, so
No, I don't move Maxi unless it's for B.
and I got to figure out a way to get my bench deeper. So I got to be creative this offseason. And if I don't trade Ben, I still got to figure out a way to get my bench deeper.
Yeah,
So,
everyone's talking about signing Dinwiddie, but I think he's going to get paid too much.
well, we'll see what we can afford out there.
Yeah.
It should be interesting because Daryl's not a guy who sits on his hands. So I expect Danny back. We have Seth back. So we have Dwight for another one, right?
No, free agent. Free agent.
Dwight's a free agent, yeah.
Dwight and Danny are free agents, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Furk will be gone.
Yeah, Furk will be gone. Danny Green, Mike Scott.
No, Danny will be back. Danny will be back.
Danny will probably be back, but he's a free agent. So we'll cover it all as it goes down, and see what we add. Obviously, it's gonna be interesting if we trade him, if we don't trade him, if they move him to the 4 and start Maxi or whatever they decide. You know what I mean? Whatever they look to do here is going to be interesting because then you got to take somebody off the floor. So I don't know what they do. It's going to they got a lot of work, but they are in a good regular season position. So it's like, how do you figure out to get better in the postseason? And maybe the 4 stretches him where he has to shoot.
I just think they're 1 point guard away from actually doing his job and making Embiid's life easier and a little bit better of a bench.
Yeah, that's why I'm taking him off the point. If I have to keep him, right? I'm saying if I have to keep him. Like, you know what I mean? The right deal's not out there. We have to keep him, right? Then that's what I have to do.
It's tough, though. Like, I hear you, and we're up against a friggin' wall. So, like, it's tough. So I'm not saying you, like, would love having to move him to the 4. I think your top option is to get rid of him. But if you move him to the 4 and he doesn't show legitimate progression, right? And that's always the story with him. Then you're resulting in what we saw in the Toronto Raptors series with Jimmy, because Ben was pretty much playing the 4. Jimmy was playing that on-ball point guard. Ben Simmons was just standing in the corner and he didn't do anything.
Yeah.
So
yeah. I know. I'm forcing him. I'm giving him no choice. I'm saying you lost the point guard responsibility. You have to come win that in camp. You have to show like that you can actually stretch the floor. You have to show things if you want to be a point guard. If not, I got to put you in the corner and you shoot threes. And you can get out on transition still and do all your things.
I hear you. I just wish this year coming up was a contract year for him.
Yeah,
he missed it.
Atlanta wins.
Yuck.
Atlanta's pretty good.
48-11 tonight for Trey.
Shot 34 fucking times too. Jesus.
How much did Herter have?
I'm not sure.
More than Ben Simmons. Atlanta just stole friggin' home court too.
Yeah, just like they did with us.
Yeah, 13 points. Kevin Huerter did.
13 more than Ben Simmons.
Yeah, it's going to be an interesting offseason. But we'll see what Daryl Morey does. We'll be here to give you all the updates you need. You guys know that. And we thank you all for joining us. It is bedtime. And I see Molly, A2D member. We love you, brother. He said, what's up, fellas? I'm late. You can go back and listen to everything as soon as we're done. You know how it works here. But Spidey, get over here for the membership. All you guys, get over on YouTube for the membership. Come on. Come on. You get it back in the gambling advice alone. Gambling advice alone. We love y'all. We out.